All right, damn it.
All right, we're live.
Splatterhead, Fitz, and Groby.
And Groby. Yes, it's not Tom on this one.
Welcome to the first episode.
Kickoff of InebriNation.
InebriNation.
The InebriNation podcast.
Yes.
Where it's all about booze,
beer, food, music, and general fuckery.
That's
right.
Notice I emphasize fuckery.
Tom fuckery.
Because we can say that.
We don't have Tom foolery. We have Tom fuckery.
That's right. I am now Tom fuckery on
And this is
show.
awesome because now this is our second podcast, and this is going to be the second podcast that Chris Potts is going to drop the ball on for.
Yes.
Running the show.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Chris Potts is going to be. He's going to be our on-location field reporter.
I heard in a Speedo.
Yeah. Yes. We're going to stuff him in a Speedo, get him down there to Ocean City in his brewery.
A Speedo and chaps.
Might as well get him tassels for his nipples. Why stop there, man? Let's keep going.
We'll get Bill Mackey out there with him wearing nothing but those Chuck Taylors. His Vans.
Hey, he's got that saucy new haircut to go with it too.
That's right.
Man.
So here's what we're gonna do on this damn show. We are gonna talk about booze, the consumption of booze, the making of booze. And we're going to focus, I think, primarily on some of the smaller guys out there.
Yes.
You know, craft breweries, distilleries, wineries, meaderies, all that stuff.
Yep.
Right.
Talk a lot about booze.
Yes.
And music that goes with it.
If we take road trips, there'll be a food review somewhere in there because we'll find a good place to eat.
Because we eat while we drink.
Yeah, you got to eat while you drink.
We pace ourselves. We're professionals.
Listen, you're going to hear a little bit of everything. You're going to hear, you might hear some segments of like just one of us out on location someplace because we're always on the job here.
Yeah.
We're always looking if we happen to be in a situation where booze arises, which is a pretty common situation for any of us.
Yeah,
we're gonna get it on tape and we're gonna bring it to you.
Yep,
that's right. And so we want recommendations.
Yeah, yes.
We want some of you craft brewers out there.
Yeah,
samples.
Call in. Yes.
Listen, I know that's a term now.
We're gonna do some interviews.
Brewers, breweries, distilleries. Call in, man. We'll come to you. We'll come and check you out. I mean, if you're on West Coast, it might have to be a while, but
yeah.
We could still
make trips out there.
Yeah, we could still review your stuff, whatever. Around. We could still,
I'll tell you what, we have a huge.
That's a shout out to Belching Beaver down by the San Diego area because
I'll be there many times.
I kind of like the name of that brewery, Belching Beaver. So I haven't had a Belching Beaver in a while. I think I might have to find me one of them.
We'll visit
our... Is that a beer you're talking about now or no?
Yeah, it's a brewery.
What? Well, I wasn't sure. No, I know it's a brewery. I wasn't sure if it's a Belching Beaver that you haven't had in a while.
Yes. I haven't had a beer drinking beaver in a while.
Okay.
I keep getting stuck with all these broads that drink rum and wine.
which we're still going to talk about.
We're going to talk about rum and wine.
Yes,
too.
I know.
And listen, let's start this out there now while we're talking about wine. Is there anybody out there that drinks wine with vodka?
That uses wine as a mixer.
Because right now, Ruby's the only person I know that does that.
Hey, man. When in Rome.
I don't think they do that in Rome.
They
don't do that in Rome.
When in Augsburg.
They do that in Moscow. Shout out to my buddy old Putin out there.
Yes, our
we'll get you on the show, man. Send us some vodka.
Our co-host Groby here. We have another podcast which is football related. That it's Raiders related.
Yeah,
we don't give a fuck about. There's 31 teams and then there's the Raiders.
Yeah,
and we had a discussion on there. So for those of you who don't know that show, Groby here says the only thing wine is good for is mixing with vodka.
as a mixer.
Yeah.
So
anybody that didn't buy those 2-liter soda bottles of Sun Country wine coolers in the 80s and dump out the first quarter and add a quart of vodka to it, you don't know what living is, baby.
Well, wine coolers, that's a little bit different, though. Now you're talking like, That's a little different.
But still, I grew up in a house with a lot of wine. Michelle lived here. There was always wine. Sometimes it's a Saturday night, like 11 o'clock, and I'm out of mixers. So I'm using the wine, man, making myself a spritzer. Instead of using champagne, I'm using wine or vodka.
I don't think that spritzes.
Well, whatever.
At that point, who gives a fuck?
Look, I'm a Polak in New Jersey mixing vodka and wine. That's all you need to know.
I had a flashback video. You're talking about those giant bottles of wine coolers. That brought me back to my senior year of high school. When before I had my car to drive to school, I was still on the bus, and I was able to talk my bus driver into stopping at the store on the way to school and pick me up bottles of wine coolers.
There you go.
One of my crowning accomplishments of high school.
Yeah, there you go.
Bus driver going in. He paid for them.
Sure.
Money. Yeah. We got about 6 of those soda bottle size, those 2-liter bottles.
Yep.
So whoever thought of making those and putting those in those bottles is genius.
Yeah, that was.
They still do that in England, man.
Do they?
Yeah. It's still a thing.
Man.
Yeah, they cider in 2 liters, beer in 2 liters. Like,
I don't know,
that's
man.
what I need. I need 2 liters of cider and beer at a time.
yeah.
Because I don't drink.
I don't think
fast
I'm
enough
drinking
as
a
it is.
2-liter plastic bottle of beer.
The first time I ever had hard cider, it was in a 2-liter bottle. And the kid brought it back from England. He was like a Civil War reenactor, and apparently they really liked that stuff in England. So
Wow.
Why they lost?
no, they weren't in the Civil War.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They just so his group or whatever cosplay group went over there and put on a big show for him.
Well, actually, technically they did lose because they actually had an alliance with the Confederacy.
Oh, so they
Yeah,
did
they
lose.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
we blockaded them, and
Yeah.
they couldn't get their shit over.
Yeah,
They couldn't get those 2-liter bottles of fucking
Yeah.
ciders over to
Yeah.
the Confederacy.
but what are we drinking?
Well, we're
There's the
drinking
can.
right now. We got the Rogue Honey Kolsch.
My glass says I'm drinking an all-day IPA, but that's just the
You
glass.
see, on the football podcast, that's what you called the foamy beer, all day IPA.
No. I called it's all about the hops.
Oh, I could have swore you said all day IPA.
No, all about the hops.
I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the can, I'm texting Potts, and I'm like, I don't know where you got all day IPA from. So I go,
Yeah.
it's not even written on this can anywhere.
You got it from drinking wine with vodka.
There
That's
you
it.
go. Yes.
Well, this beer from Rogue, which by the way, I know I'm a huge Rogue fan. I really haven't been disappointed by any of their stuff.
No, I started with them years ago with
Yeah.
the Dead Guy Ale.
Well,
Yeah.
that's still one of my favorites.
Yep.
Yeah.
I almost brought us 6 of that over today, but I just wanted to get something different because I know
Yeah.
we've all had that to death.
Yeah, I got
But this is a
big bottles up there.
Belgian
Yeah.
style ale brewed
No, it's German.
with. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say it? Because that's what the other beer I
Yeah, it's
brought.
from
Yeah.
Cologne, Germany is the style.
we know what it is now.
I'm jumping ahead to the next beer. The Kolsch style ale, brewed with Rogue Farms Hop Yard honey.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
Tell you what, it's damn refreshing.
Yeah, it'd probably be a really good, Bill Mackey live show, hot in the summer,
Yeah.
Franklin Day beer.
Yeah, see, the thing about Rogue is cool because they grow all their own stuff.
Yes.
That's why I like this brewery. You get pumpkin ale from them. It's got pumpkins that they grew in the beer. They're not using syrup and extract.
So
And
it's
all
like
that other
it's like
stuff.
the Ben and Jerry's of,
Basically,
of
yes,
microbrews. Yeah,
except they're all puffing on great green buds and they're loaded.
Man, we got a place like that's going to be right near us. It does the same with Westtown Brewery.
Ah,
They should by now have their own stuff. When they opened up, they were using, because they just opened up the farm site. They were using, actually it was still local though. They were using all local farm ingredients in their beers as they were growing their own. So hopefully by now they have their own supply of stuff.
Cool.
Awesome, man.
Which is cool. We're gonna have to do an on-location site.
If
there.
anybody from Rogue out there, any representative happens to hear this, we seriously need more bacon maple ale out here.
Yes,
Because
one of my all-time favorites. from them.
that beer was quite possibly in my top 5 all-time beers I've ever tasted in my life.
I don't think it's vegetarian.
It is.
There's not. I don't think there's any bacon in it, man.
Listen, I'll never forget the first time I saw that, and I grabbed
What are they using? Bacon extract syrup?
I don't know. I can get the bottle up there and we'll look at it. Here. Hold the microphone.
I'll tell you, the first time I tried that, I saw it in the liquor store. I was supplying up. I was going on about a 3-day Atlantic City trip, so I was picking up my booze supplies. I saw that, and I was like, "This has to be amazing." I got it, hooked. Great. Loved
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Rogue brewed this as in a collaboration with Voodoo Donuts, and it's a bacon maple ale. It says it's an ale brewed with natural flavors. It's kind of like an homage to the Voodoo Donut bacon maple bar.
All right.
So let me see if there's got any.
I've never had a Voodoo Donut bacon maple bar.
Here we go. We got ingredients.
Oh.
We got cherry wood malt. We got some other kind of smoked malt. We got house smoked hickory malt. We got Western 2-row hops. We got Munich hops. A couple different kinds of malts. We got some applewood smoked bacon. So there is.
Yeah, it's bacon.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a meat beer. And then what else we got here? We got maple syrup, free range coastal water, and Pac-Man
Free-range
yeast.
water.
Free range water.
All right.
That means it flows
I don't know
downhill with
what
nothing
the
in its
hell
way.
that is. What's
Yeah.
a free-range water?
I guess it's
It's
free.
not kept in a
No.
cage.
So,
It can roam on its own.
yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't think there was any actual. I thought
So
it was.
listen,
I just
listen.
thought they used different smoked hops to get that.
You just
Right.
have to.
So
You have to just change the thinking here. Okay, you as a vegetarian, just open your mind. Imagine it's like, say you're on that no carb diet. Whiskey,
It's keto.
Whiskey is made.
Well, if I'm on
No,
a
listen.
no-carb diet, I'm not drinking beer.
Can you people just follow me here for a minute? I'm trying to get a mindset for the vegetarian to drink the bacon beer.
well, there's not bacon bits in it.
Listen, time out here. Let me finish. It's a mindset we're working on. So booze is made with grains, right? But it's distilled out. So
Right.
It's good on a no carb diet. Just imagine like all the bacon stuff that as a vegetarian you can't drink is all brewed out.
There you go.
There you go. I'm giving you a mindset
All
here.
right.
I'm helping you to justify
Yeah.
the drinking of this beer.
All right, let's go to our field correspondent from the. We were at the Atlantic City Beer and Music Festival.
we have our very own Les Nessman.
Yes. You've what's going on with my fucking mic now? It's like shooting in and out.
Chuck, just jiggle the wire.
Yeah, jiggle the wire. No, that doesn't fucking blah blah blah.
Hello.
I hear you fine.
All right, then it's just my fucking headphones, I think.
Did your headphones go out?
It's going back and forth between one ear and the other one, and both ears, and making popping sounds. And anyway, let's go to let's check in with Pat.
Yeah,
from
we'll check in with Pat live from the Atlantic City Beer Fest.
All right.
So, how is it working on the East Coast?
It's outstanding. So I cover from Maine to Louisiana, and it's pretty awesome. We're pretty far away from the brewery, but being a 30-year-old brewery, everybody knows who we are. So it's a pretty awesome job. I got to tell you, it does not suck.
It definitely doesn't suck when you get to fucking drink every day, right? Oh,
sure.
damn, we got to edit that F word out now, don't we?
Oh,
But that's okay. I don't do that shit. So how long have you been with Rogue?
3 years.
3 years. That's some good time, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So I hear you have spirits now. I hear there's a dead guy spirit. Dead guy, what is it?
So I'll give you the long short story. So at Rogue, we're a brewer, distiller, cooper, and farmer. So that means we brew our own beer, obviously, distill our own spirits. We farm a lot of our ingredients, and we actually have a cooperage on site at our brewery. So we make our own barrels.
Nice. So do you guys have any bourbons or anything that's similar to bourbon?
Now, what we have is a Dead Guy whiskey, which is pretty awesome because it's the same mash bill as Dead Guy Ale. So it's the same process. So instead of hopping it, fermenting it, we drive it across the parking lot and we distill it into Dead Guy whiskey.
Nice. I'd really like to try some of that. I really want to try some of that. I know it's a beer festival, but I like whiskey.
I think I might know somebody that can help you out with that.
Very cool, very cool. So, how many of these festivals do you do a year?
So my territory is pretty large. I don't do a whole lot of them. We participate where we can. Something like Atlantic City Beer Fest, you have 25,000 people, and pretty much any brewery anybody is here. So I do this one every year.
That's really cool. I like it. I'm probably going to be here next year, too. I'm going to really try. I'm going to do my best. It's my first time out in the field for these guys. So,
Awesome. It's a good time, I'll tell you.
well, you and your brother are very friendly, and we're the first guys to talk to you. The first guys we talked to. And I'm definitely going to come back and do a little bit more talk with maybe your brother, maybe Chris, the guy tapping the beers when he gets a break. You're going to give Chris a break anytime soon?
Oh, absolutely. I can send them right now if you want me to.
Nah, let me get a couple more drinks.
Attaboy.
Send them out for the whiskey, and then we'll get back.
Oh, we'll get that for you, no doubt.
Right on, Keith. Good talking to you.
All right, thank you, buddy. Thanks, man.
You got it.
How'd I do?
Yeah,
All right.
That was great, man.
Great
this is
stuff from
Patrick
Pat.
Disaster, and
That was good stuff.
Yeah. We'll check in with Pat a little bit later, too.
You know, to see, that's why we send him out, because, you know, once he figured out that they had booze,
He was going to get some.
he was getting some of that booze no matter what, man. He was getting his shots of whiskey, man.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, cool.
But you know, as far as Roe goes,
You're listening to InebriNation.
with Groby.
Pots.
Fitz and Splatterhead.
Booze.
We were wasted.
Booze. Food. Music. Beer.
Titties.
And titties. And general tomfuckery coming at you every week.
I gotta tell you, though, looking at that fucking bottle, like, you know, every year we go down to Point Pleasant for the week, and the house, we always rent the same house, and the last, I guess, 3 years, there was a make-your-own donut place, literally right next door,
Oh, okay.
and
Sure Good Donuts?
oh no, it's Top That.
Oh,
Donuts.
okay.
They make them fresh. You go there, you tell them what you want, and they make the donuts as you're sitting there.
Yeah.
And they have a fucking maple bacon donut
Sure.
that it make your fucking sphincter turn inside out.
Everybody in the
fucking
country
balls.
ripped that off from Voodoo
Oh
Donut.
man,
Everybody.
Where's Voodoo Donut from?
They started in Portland, so they're in Portland.
That's right.
Yeah, they're in Portland,
yeah. Eugene. Don't get me started on fucking Portland.
I think there's one in
Weirdest
I
fucking
think,
place on the
I think they
planet.
opened one in Denver, and I do believe they opened one in Disney World, I think, in Florida.
I'll take one too, Fitz.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but I think they have one
That's
there.
right. I remember. Yeah, Portland.
Yeah.
They're Portland's a fucking weirdo place.
It is.
I've been to Portland a couple times because I lived in Seattle, and I've been there with the band a couple of times. Actually, I think every time I've been there has been, you know, two different bands. I've been to Portland a couple times, and I got a great story. This is fucking good. So we're on tour with MDC and JFA, and this band from San Francisco called Jack Killed Jill, and they're actually back playing again. But this night it just happened to be us and Jack Killed Jill because JFA and MDC were doing this big fucking North by Northwest festival up in Vancouver.
Yeah, okay.
And so we had a gig in Portland, and it's an all ages gig, and it's in this fucking like homeless fucking neighborhood, right? So anyway, we pull
How do you know
up.
it's a homeless neighborhood in Portland?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna fucking tell you. It's in the story. So we get to the venue, and we walk in. The doors are wide open, right? But there's like nobody around. We walk in, and we're like, hey, it's this tiny little fucking room. And all of a sudden, there's a loft, and this fucking guy peeks his head up from the loft like he was sleeping, and he looks like fucking Dobie Gillis, right? He's got a fucking goatee and a beret, and I'm like a fucking beatnik. And he comes climbing down this ladder. He's got the fucking John Lennon glasses on. It's like, oh, you guys must be the band. We're like, yeah. So then this other guy fucking comes climbing down, and he's got short hair. It's all fucked up, and he's fucking wrapped up in a red blanket. And he's like, I don't know, he's like fucking tarred or something, right? Can I say that on this show?
Yeah.
You can, because I
So
plan on
he's-
saying it a lot.
So this guy fucking comes down and he's going, and we're like, yeah, this is the place? They're like, yeah, man, great to have you. So anyway, we're hanging out and we're like, what, you know, you guys have booze? And they're like, no, it's all ages. There's no beer here, you know. Like, well, is there any place we can get fucking beer? Because we like beer. And he's like, oh, yeah, there's a liquor store like 2 blocks away. You go down here, you make a ride, but you have to drink it in the basement. Like, all right, not a problem. So my drummer's like, well, I'm going to go get beer, right? He leaves to go get beer, comes back like 20 minutes later, empty-handed, with this fucking confused look on his face. And he's like, they won't sell me beer. He's like fucking, 30-something years old, looks like he's 50. Like, what do you mean they won't fucking sell you beer? He's like, it's like, yeah, there's a law. If you're in this neighborhood, you can only buy beer with a rent receipt.
Holy shit.
Because of all the homeless people. And I'm like, but you don't fucking live here, right? So
you're a band.
So
man.
now he's like, yeah, I told the guy. He didn't care. And now, mind you, he kind of looked homeless, but he's got a fucking Seattle license. He's in Portland. So he, finds
playing a gig down
so
the road.
he finds fucking Dobie Gillis, right? And Dobie Gillis like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, man. Come on, I'll take you, and he knows me, and I'll tell him. So they go and they fucking, he picks up some fucking Meisterbrow or whatever shit we were drinking, probably Rainier.
Yeah,
Comes back with a case of Rainier. And so anyway, I told you the fucking place is the size of this fucking room, right?
Yeah.
So the guy's like, you got to drink in the basement, man. So we go down these stairs and he flicks on these lights. And all of a sudden, we're in this fucking... The basement is like 3 city blocks long. and I'm like, this is all yours? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
why don't we play in the basement?
can I ask you a question?
Exactly.
How come the fucking venue's not in the basement? Why are we playing upstairs in a closet?
Yeah.
And you got all this room down here. You can put a big stage.
Yeah.
You can. He's like, oh, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of work. So
The whole thing smacks of effort.
right. So meanwhile, while I'm waiting for my drummer to come back, right, I'm sitting there with my bass player, Donnie. Rest in peace, Ratnuts. Anyway, we're sitting there, and the guy from the other band is sitting there reading a newspaper. And all of a sudden, this guy comes in the door. He's got a bicycle. He rides the bicycle into the room, gets off the bicycle, walks it around the room, says, hey, how you doing? Then he gets back on the fucking bike and rides back down the street. And I'm like, did some guy just fucking walk in here with a bicycle? And the guy looks up from his paper. He's like, yeah. He's like, this place is fucking weird. Meanwhile, the kid in the blanket's running around with a fucking balloon, playing with it, like bouncing the balloon up in the air. All right, so anyway. So we play, right? And then Jack Killed Jill's plays. And basically, it was like us, Dobie Gillis, the fucking retard with the blanket, and the other band watching us, and then vice versa, right? There's nobody there, right? So then they get off the stage, and all of a sudden this fucking mob of people comes in, right? Show's over, right? As far as we know,
Yeah.
right? This place jams up fucking wall. We're trying to get gear off the stage. We can't even get through the fucking crowd. It's fucking just fucking mob, man. People are fucking, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? And all of a sudden, here comes these fucking two people on bicycles, right? A fucking guy and a girl, and they get up on stage, and he's got a fucking guitar, and she's got a tambourine, right? And they start singing. And this,
at this point,
let
I'm
me
looking
tell
for
you
the
something.
exit.
This happened in, I'm gonna say, 1992. All right,
Jesus.
and I still remember the words to the fucking song.
It was that traumatic.
I'm standing there in the middle of this fucking crowd of people, and people are cheering and going nuts. And this fucking guy's up on stage, him and the girl, and they're singing, "There was a girl named Sally. She was sitting in the park, sitting in the park, and she was throwing rocks at ducks, throwing rocks at ducks." And
I would be fucking throwing
said,
rocks at them.
"Sally, you shouldn't throw rocks at ducks. You shouldn't throw rocks at ducks." And the fucking crowd goes wild. And I'm going, what the fuck is going on?
The weed, man.
And
They
I
got good
fucking
weed
asked
there,
the guy,
man.
no, I'm fucking from Seattle. They had fucking great weed, too.
Yeah.
We didn't have shit like that. I asked the guy next to me, I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? He's like, oh, they're fucking great, man. That's fucking so-and-so. Punchline. This is what the fucking dude says to me. He's the local music critic from the Portland paper. This fucking guy,
Oh, Jesus.
the throwing rocks at ducks guy,
Throwing rocks
is a
at duck.
fucking music critic.
Animal abuser.
Fucking assholes. That was my first fucking experience in Portland.
And
And I said, I guarantee you, everybody in fucking Portland, fucking a nut house has fucking opened up, and they've just fucking let these people roam the streets.
Yes.
yeah.
Normal people all fucking left.
Yes.
And I'll come back to Portland later.
Yeah.
Can't live without it.
All right, let's check back in with Pat.
All right. So this is Patrick Disaster. I'm at the Atlantic City Beer and Music Festival. I'm with Amelia. She's a Guinness Brewery ambassador for New Jersey or the East Coast or where?
Actually, for the Gulf region, I just happened to be up here in New Jersey for the weekend, helping cover the festival.
How do you like New Jersey?
I love it.
Where are you from?
I'm actually from Baltimore, where our new brewery is, so this kind of feels like coming home to the Mid-Atlantic region.
I love Baltimore. There's a lot of fun in Baltimore. So I tried some of the Guinness. I've been drinking it all my life. I have tattoos of it. So what's this Guinness Blonde about? That's what I want to know, because I've only seen dark Guinness in my life.
Yeah, so Guinness Blonde is actually closer in color to what we originally started brewing over at St. James Gate when Arthur was brewing there. We transferred later in our history over to stouts, but Guinness Blonde is our flagship beer out of the new brewery in Baltimore. It's a pale ale, and it's brewed by our U.S. brewers for our U.S. market. So it's going to be a lot more familiar to the American craft beer drinker and lover, and it's something that we're incredibly proud of.
What do you think about the widget?
I love the widget. I absolutely love our widget. Now, it's not in our blonde, because our blonde is CO2. It's not a nitro beer, but I love our widget.
I like the widget too, because when I first started drinking Guinness,
Pat loves the
get
widget, man.
extra stout, which is a good beer. That's usually what I buy. The 22-ounce bottles, are they? And they're really good, but always on tap. And what's this thing with the pour where they pour it? I want to know, where they pour like half a glass and then they... Tell me about this a little bit.
So our two-part pour is traditional. When we originally had it on cask, so before it was a nitro beer, right? Before we added nitrogen to it, it was just CO2 based. It helped us actually regulate carbonation between beer that was a little bit older and had maybe gone a little bit flat while it was sitting at the bar since it had been brewed, and then our fresher, fully carbonated beer. When we swapped over to a nitro recipe in the 1950s, we wanted to maintain that 2-part pour because our customers were so used to watching their bartenders pour in 2 parts from a little bit of a flatter keg and then a little bit more carbonated keg. They didn't trust us when we switched over to nitro and suddenly could pour all in one go. They said, oh no, that's not our beer. That's not my favorite beer anymore. So we maintain that 2-part pour tradition as a nod to our very loyal customer base.
So you see, it's fucking unnecessary.
Irishman, right?
Give me my beer faster.
Right, exactly.
Well, I always tell the bartenders to pour it straight through because I like a little carbonation in my beer, and I don't let it sit. I don't let it rise or anything. I drink it while it's all creamy looking,
Oh man.
and I'll chug like 3/4 of the glass, and then the quarter of the glass sits on the bar for about 5 minutes, and I'll drink another.
I don't know, man. I think that good things come to those who wait. You know, it's worth the wait, in my opinion. But to each their own.
I like to belch after drinking. How about you?
That's the good thing about our beer. We've got only about 25% CO2 in Guinness Draft, so it's not going to give you that burpy, bloaty feeling, because that nitrogen's not going to make you want to burp the alphabet.
I love it, and the sweet flavor that it also gives.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly mild beer. A lot of people think it's going to be a really heavy beer, a really robust kind of flavor, but in reality, it's a very mild beer.
I love Guinness. I really do. It's my favorite beer.
Who doesn't? That means you've got good taste.
That's it. Right on.
All right. See?
Okay.
See? Give me my damn beer.
That's right.
Quit putting on a damn show.
I can pour you a Guinness better than anybody can in the bar.
That's right.
In like
Couple seconds.
in 1/15 the time.
Guys, that's why I ordered 3 or 4 at once, because I don't like waiting for the fucking
Yeah.
beer if I have to order another fucking
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
It's all how.
But
you
now I
pour,
can just
man.
tell him, just pour the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
pour it fucking straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that was cool.
That was
that was a good one.
That was cool.
Really
Yeah.
good pictures with the Guinness girls too, and put on Grobyville.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. Well,
I
you
got
put
the Guinness girls in Grobyville.
Wait, how are
Oh.
we hearing Pat right now if he's in Atlantic City?
I
Checking
don't know.
in.
I don't know. It's,
I don't
it's
know.
the magic of
Magic of
the
modern
yes,
technology.
of Al Gore's internet, man. You know,
The
Right.
internets.
internets,
The Google
the
machine.
Google
The Google.
machine.
Google.
All right, we'll get some more later.
Yeah, we'll get some more later.
What's up? You're listening to InebriNation.
This is Groby.
This is Potts
Splatterhead. Fitz is on the road.
Yeah, on location.
getting his drink on.
He's getting his drink on elsewhere. Check us out on Instagram.
And Facebook.
And we ain't on Twitter.
No tweeting for us.
So fuck yourselves.
Yeah,
Yep.
none of the
fuck
twatter.
fuck you tweeters.
Yeah, fuck the twatters.
Yeah,
I got more.
That was
I don't know. My ex-wife and I were there. We walked around. It was before there was dispensaries, but I drank tons of great beer. I was like, I love this town. So then my daughter and my ex-wife go out there looking at colleges because the kid was like, I want to go to Portland State. I was like, oh Jesus, right? So they go out. She looks at one in Seattle. They drive down to Portland. She's like, all of a sudden I start getting texts from both of them. You would never leave this town. I'm like, why? They're like, there's a dispensary and then a craft brewery, a dispensary and then a craft brewery. I was like, oh, I want to move there.
Let me tell you something.
My ex-wife was like, you'd be homeless and the only thing you'd spend your money on was good weed and beer. I was like,
Let me
okay.
tell you, from my experience
could be worse.
and from knowing you,
Yeah.
you wouldn't last a fucking week without
no.
fucking killing somebody.
Yeah, I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
I know I would. You know, that's the only deterrent, because one of these people would bother me and I would have to beat them senseless.
Lots of them would bother you.
Yes, they would.
Yeah, I would have no tolerance.
There's some cold ones down here in the bottom. There's some cold ones way down here in the bottom. There you go.
Yeah, we got the next beer on tap.
What are we
here, kids.
drinking?
We got a Dogfish Head Namaste White.
Namaste.
Namaste, motherfuckers. Which is a Belgian-style wheat beer. And with really small writing that our Belgian-style white ale.
It's got spices and shit
brewed
in
with
it.
dried orange, blah 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 blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
boom,
it's
boom,
a
boom,
white
boom,
beer.
boom, 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 boom. It's a white beer. So,
Yeah.
So I gotta tell you, man, I like Dogfish Head.
Yeah,
I do
Dogfish
too.
Head makes some. Yeah, they make their regular beers are really good.
Yeah.
But then they come out with some funky one-off deals that are pretty good
Yeah.
too.
I bought a beer.
I almost bought I almost bought a 6-pack of the American Beauty.
It's awesome.
So it's a good thing I didn't because you bought this.
Well, let me tell you what.
The American Beauty is really
Let
good.
me tell you what to stay
Yeah.
the fuck away from. The Sequench.
Oh, I bought a couple of big cans of that in ShopRite.
That fucking beer.
Never tried it.
It's like fucking drinking a pint glass of Sour Patch Kids with no sugar.
Yeah.
It is fucking.
It's got like black sea limes and
it's
shit in it.
fucking disgusting.
See, I
love sour
beers,
shit, but
it's
this
that bad?
is fucking.
No.
I'm like sitting there. I'm like, this is fucking rough, man. This is tough to get through.
Yeah.
And I got 6 of them. I mean, I fucking muscled it up like a man, and I fucking
Yeah.
went through them.
Well, you gotta, because
You
what,
know,
there's
took
nothing
me
worse than
took
weekend
me a
and
couple of
fucking-
days.
I only bought the big cans because that, and I
Yeah.
bought them the one day they were $2 a piece at ShopRite. I was like, oh, okay. So I bought
Yeah.
them, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of weird.
It's fucking rough, man. Like one of them, it was all
Yeah.
it was all right, but then trying to get through the second one, I'm like, this is fucking rough.
Yeah, one's enough, man. You ain't drinking 2 of them.
Yeah, I had 6. I got through them.
I'll
but
tell you, I do like their stuff though, and I never tried them, but for a while, I don't know if they're still out there. They were making beers based on like ancient recipes.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
all
from-
a lot of them are one-off ones.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I mean, I never
Yeah.
tried
yeah, that's
one.
cool.
But I like them, but that American Beauty you're saying,
Yeah,
I bought that, and I had it on tap last weekend at Penning's.
yeah.
Phenomenal beer.
Yeah.
Great.
What kind of beer is
So
it?
it's a pale ale,
Yeah.
kind of, a little bit ambery, but it's more palish. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. You'll just
I'll
have
have
you
to.
just have to get over looking at the
The
Grateful
Dancing
Dead
Bears.
Dancing Bear on there. But
Oh Jesus, fuck! You guys in the fucking Grateful Dead.
I don't listen to the Dead.
All right.
I went to 20 Dead shows in my life. I would go with my hippie friends. We'd go to like Buffalo and Foxborough and where all these other places they played for like a weekend.
Yeah.
And I would go with them, and I'd be all like, I had my Motorhead shirt on, freaking, Slayer T-shirts,
Listen,
Crow
I
mags,
have
all
a-
of that shit. And you know what? I always found a hippie broad to keep me freaking
I'm sure.
company
Yeah.
every time I didn't go in that stadium.
I'm sure.
And they
you
were some of
did.
the best times of my life.
I'm sure, man.
You know?
I had a good friend that was really into the Dead. I'm gonna get him to listen. So Tony Stasnakis from Salinas. He's still fucking into the Dead,
Yeah.
But it's funny because he was like, he had a pretty violent streak to him.
Yeah.
But he was into the Dead. Him and I, man, we survived the Loma Prieta quake of '89 together, man. We fucking waited in line for fucking 3 hours because they were just to get into the grocery store
Yeah.
because everything, they were rationing shit,
Yeah.
and you could only spend X amount of money. All these people are fucking waiting in line to go in and buy food and fucking milk for their families, and we're waiting in that fucking line so we can go in and get 2 cases of fucking beer. Because you couldn't buy anything. We're like, fuck, I don't need. We gotta get beer.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a deadhead. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
that's funny. My whole group.
I
of
remember
guys,
this one. I remember this one weekend at the Dead in Buffalo, and it was like 3 days. It was like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I didn't go into either show. We parked and camped in these people's yard for like $25 a day, and there was these people next to us, and like most of them went in, and the one girl didn't have a ticket. She's like, "You want to walk around look for tickets?" I was like, "Well, I don't want to go in. Let's just party." She was like, "Okay." Me and her partied all weekend.
Nice.
We did disgusting things in the tent and somebody's car. It wasn't our car. And then, like when Facebook hit big, it was like, I don't know, about 5-6 years ago. I got a message from her on Facebook. Hi, remember me? The fucking broad's a doctor now.
Nice.
Jesus, did I screw up?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be here doing this right now.
That's right. I'd be in the keys on my boat.
Yeah, shit happens.
Collecting fucking alimony from a doctor with a fucking bikini broad sitting on my lap, and I'd be driving like Tommy Lee.
All I know is
That's funny because the whole crew of guys that we go to the dead shows with, there wasn't one hippie
yeah.
in them at all.
You guys like the music.
I'll tell you what got me.
I
It's
don't
crazy. What got
Matter
me
to me,
into
I
it,
just liked all the dope and the hippie women that
Right,
didn't
yeah.
have bras and underwear on.
that is funny.
Or pants.
Or pants and shit's flopping all over. I was like, all right.
Being a bass player, the first time I heard them, I heard their bass player is phenomenal. That's what hooked me right in. You
All
know?
right. I don't know. I just doesn't do it for
It's
me.
a weird group. Bass players, we have to find and pick our people. We're not like guitars, so you have like all these. They're picking a litter of all these like. Well, Doc, I gotta tell you, if you, I don't know if you ever heard him, you would probably dig his side project, Olden in the Way, the bluegrass.
Yeah, I might. I like bluegrass. So
That's one of the things that too. I mean, it's him, it's Jerry, and like Vassar Clemens, like a bunch of like bluegrass players.
right.
Because he actually started off as a bluegrass guy, Garcia.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, it's a good album, Olden in the Way. They got some good, a lot of traditional bluegrass covers, but some good stuff, man. They're good players.
Yeah, I'll check it out sometime.
Before you know it, Chuck's gonna be dancing around with fucking tie-dye with fucking looking
Yeah,
at
it
fucking
ain't
bears in
fucking
the
happening.
sky.
Fucking hippies.
It ain't fucking happening.
Fucking hippies.
What did the hippies say when the acid wore off?
What?
This band sucks. All right, let's check back in with Pat.
All right. This is Patrick Disaster with InebriNation Radio and Fan Club Bliz. And also, where the fuck is Grobyville? I'm sitting with Adrian.
Shameless plug.
How do you pronounce the name exactly?
So it's Bolero Snort Brewery out of Bergen County, New Jersey. Yeah.
I love Bergen County. A lot of my family's from there. I lived in North Arlington, went to Queen of Peace.
Oh, awesome. So you're a super ultra local guy. Love it, man. Love it.
Lived here all my life.
Yeah.
I was told specifically to come down and interview you guys about your Skittle Sour.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been the hype beer this session. So we did 1,000 pounds of Skittles because we're freaking crazy, and we threw it into like our sharpest like crazy sour that we've come up with. And we did it with our buddies out in Imprint Brewing, which is out in Pennsylvania. We collaborated with them. We came out with one of the it literally tastes like candy. It's just a Skittles bomb in your mouth, and at 5.7%, and it just crushes you. It's awesome.
I was told it was sold out, but luckily with this pass I have here, I was able to get a couple little sips of it. I'm gonna try to stick around and try to get a cup of it in a little while.
I hear you,
that
man.
Shit's fucking good, man. It's really good. I really appreciate
incredible.
it.
It's like drinking candy.
It
It's like
really
drinking
is.
candy. It's incredible how well it came out. It blows my mind how some of our collaborative efforts and everything just come together to be almost exactly what you want. And like with craft beer, that's what you want. What's on the can should be in the can. And especially with that beer, more than anything else that anybody ever does, it's just like boom, it's in your face, and we love it.
So if you don't mind, what is that brewery out in Pennsylvania you collaborated with?
Okay, so that is Imprint Brewing Co. They're based out of Pennsylvania.
You know where in Pennsylvania?
I can't think of the town off the top of my head, but it's in eastern Pennsylvania.
Eastern, so like Allentown or that type of area like that?
I don't
like
remember the town.
Reading or like something in that area?
I wish I remembered off the top of my head.
All right, well,
If I think of it, I'll let you know.
you can Google if you want.
Google's a thing.
But
then you have no internet service in here, so.
I have no internet service, period.
It's atrocious. Imprint.
I'm really glad that I talked to your guys. We did try that Fruity Pebbles.
Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, yeah. No, that's our breakfast IPA brewed with actual Fruity Pebbles. It's, we always like playing around with wild and crazy stuff. We love to think about, hey, like we have a brainstorming session, like what is a terrible idea that we could come up with, and when we do that, we say, let's make it a reality. And we always try to push ourselves to put like the new crazy, the new wild thing, the thing that makes people say, why are they doing this, and then it works, and that's what we get a kick out of it, that we can actually make these things actually work and become really thirst quenching and really just like a bomb flavor bomb in your mouth, and that's what we want. We want our people to be drinking the craziest funny thing that they can find, but also enjoy it too, and that's it's a huge accomplishment for some of the beers that we put out, especially with things using sweet tarts and Sour Patch Kids, and it's crazy the stuff that we'll do. So.
Sweet tarts.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a Smarties beer?
You know what? It's been on the docket. It's totally something that we're looking into. We definitely want to try to approach, more crazy, more fun. Pastry stouts. Breakfast IPAs. We did our Lucky Charms beer, which was incredible. So.
Well, speaking of breakfast beers, I'm a morning drinker myself. I usually have a few drinks before 9 a.m.
It's totally perfect. We love to embrace that. Beer should be an all day endeavor, I guess.
Definitely. I love beer. I really do. It's a good. And your brewery. And Adrian, you're very. I'm glad you stepped off of what you were doing and switched off one of your employees. Do a quick interview.
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming out in the future that's Smarties or something, man?
Well, our Sour Patch Kids Sour is going to be coming out in a couple weeks. It's called Sour Pasture Calves. It's going to be a raspberry lime sour. It's definitely what we did it before with a couple berries. We're switching up the adjuncts a little bit. It's going to be super fruity bomb right in your mouth. And then obviously we still have our location, our physical brewery coming in Karlstad probably in this fall. So we're looking about 6 to 8 months from now, and we'll have a fresh brewery, brand new facility open as well. So.
Well, Karlstad, right over by the Giant Stadium or the Meadowlands there. What's that, 120 or something? What's the highway?
right off of 120, right off of Patterson Plank Road, about a quarter mile from the stadium. Yeah.
Right on, man. I know that area well. I'm a truck driver.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, right in that industrial area.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to come by and talking to you. It's been good, man.
I'm glad you know Chuck and the Bliz, Charlie Splatterhead. You ever listen to Lenny Los Gatos Locos?
Not yet, but I'm definitely intrigued. Tell me more.
Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. That's all it is. That's all it is, man.
Lifestyle,
and we do it all. We do it all. And InebriNation, yes.
Once again, thank you very much for the opportunity, man. I appreciate it, and we'll, definitely stay tuned. We'll have a lot more coming from us. So.
Right on. I hope to see you again next year, sir.
Cheers, my man. Cheers.
Ha! Well,
did I plug everything?
He likes to drink before 9, and he's a truck driver.
That's a truck driver, and he's drinking before 9.
listen, everybody. Pat says it's okay to drink before 9. So
yes,
it's
exactly.
Okay.
Hey, somewhere it's the bar is closing.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
No. Pat said it. It's law now.
Yes,
it's written into law.
In Iceland, it's noon.
It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that was
That
cool,
was cool, man.
Solid.
Yeah, I love those guys.
those guys are-
Well, I mean, didn't we reviewed both of those beers?
Which one are we drinking right now?
We are drinking.
We got a Bolero snort in our hand right now.
We're drinking One Steer Older.
Okay.
I guess it's an anniversary beer.
All right.
For them, it's some sort of IPA with milk, sugar, and vanilla.
Yeah, I don't really taste the vanilla.
Does the
It's
milk,
pretty good though.
Yes, it's 8.1.
Wow.
On the can, so
it's
you
probably 8.1 in the glass too.
Yeah, I could tell you right now, it doesn't taste like a beer, and it's going to be 8.1.
No, it's good.
So
does the milk sugar balance out the hops for you? Or?
Yes.
I don't even know what that fucking means.
This is a double IPA.
Yeah, so double IPA, you get more hops.
So it's supposed to be more hoppy.
Chuck, what are you talking about? You're the one who schooled me on it like a while ago. Milk
sugar? No, I don't know shit about milk sugar.
You just told me the
That wasn't me.
Who the fuck told me that?
It wasn't me. I don't understand. Like when I saw this recent thing with these guys putting milk sugar and shit in there, I don't know what it does.
Well, it balances out the hops. It's a double IPA.
So it's
all right.
So it's supposed to be like more hoppy than a regular IPA.
It's fucking cloudy as fuck.
But it doesn't taste much more than a regular IPA to me.
All right.
So yes, it does balance out the hops.
Okay.
You know.
It wasn't me
I
though.
thought it was
Yeah.
you.
No.
I swear to God.
Yeah, see, Potsy's all technical because of the beer badges or whatever the hell he gets.
Ponce,
on
he's
the
a fucking
internet.
problem.
Yeah, he is.
Why am
Jesus.
I a problem? I'm like, I'm the least of a problem. Like, if anybody saw me, they'd be like, "What?"
Him and his technical questions.
All right.
All right.
I gotta say, the one thing that when it went to the Dead, that I used to have the butt heads with Deadheads, I just never liked the ultra long jams. Like,
Yeah,
give me
no,
the quick songs because it's good.
Did they
had
have
some
quick
good
songs?
Yeah, they had some good regular rock and roll songs. Like a little bit of a country.
Yeah,
twang too.
yeah.
But don't I can't do the spaced out long.
That's all I.
Like that. I can't do that shit. That's usually that's
Other than
that's
Casey
when,
Jones, that's all I fucking know is them just playing fucking forever.
They have a lot of other good stuff that's just regular music.
Right.
But, like those long jams. That's when Fitz used to hit the hallways selling the cigarettes for $20 a pop.
Yeah.
that's because that's where they.
I don't
really
know.
Get.
I like Sublime doing the Dead.
I don't like Sublime doing anything.
Yeah. I like Sublime not playing music.
Yeah, okay.
Or what they like to call music.
But
Sorry, Tom.
on 40 Ounces to Freedom, that's a pretty good album, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
could
pretty
never,
good.
Could never do it.
Some hardcore, some good stoner music.
It's
Dead covers.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm out.
I gotta say, listen. All right, just to change the course of the music here while we're talking music. I don't know if you guys have been following on social media the douchiness that is now known as KK Downing, from formerly of Judas Priest.
Yeah, well, I haven't been following it.
Here's a dude that he retires from the band
To
to
design golf courses.
Yeah, I'm done. And now all I see is
Wait. Did
first
you say to design golf courses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
What
Like,
the
yeah, because he's been a huge golfer his whole life.
Yeah.
And apparently he's really good.
Ah, you're the fucking metal god.
Yeah.
Exactly. But all
You're
of those
fucking
metal
golfing.
all of those metal guys are fucking huge golfers, man.
Alice Cooper.
Yeah, Alice Cooper. They have that big fucking golf tournament. It's all fucking metal dudes.
Alice Cooper, like he almost had, I think he had his pro card.
Yeah.
My drummer played with Alice Cooper
Yeah,
once.
Alice Cooper, I think, made the I guess the touring whatever U.S. Open shit. You know.
But that being said, KK, he retires from Priest. He's like, okay, I'm done. Blah, blah, nice. We had a great run, but I'm done. Now, over the last couple of weeks, first he douches his replacement, criticizing him on social media. This guy sucks, blah, blah, whatever. Then he comes out and he's bashing Halford, saying, what's the dude from Meister, the cover band guy that took his place for a while.
Oh, yeah, I don't know his name.
He's
Yeah.
he's a good singer.
Oh, Ripper Owens.
Ripper, yeah.
He comes out, Ripper Owens, always in tune. Halford, never. He was terrible live, never in tune.
I don't know. I've seen him a million times. He's always in fucking. The guy was spot on
but
fucking every time.
At the end of the day,
But that added to the sound.
whatever it is. But here's at the end of the day, hey KK, you left the band. You
Yes.
left what could be arguably one of the greatest heavy metal bands in history. You
Probably
left, and now you're ripping.
the greatest.
Yeah, definitely the most. There would be no thrash or anything
Right.
without Priest.
No.
I mean, listen, you left them, and now you're douching like probably the most popular favorite heavy metal singer of all time, Rob fucking
Yeah.
Halford. You're
Yes.
really you're gonna
Yeah.
douche at Rob Halford?
Yeah.
What are you fucking
Nah.
crazy? He's the only dude that is being Rob Halford, a heavy metal god. He was so awesome that he comes out as being gay and nobody gives a fuck.
That's right.
Like, I mean, that's how-
He came out as being gay when it wasn't popular and
That's
nobody
right.
cared.
And nobody cared.
Yeah.
Metalheads, some of the most fucking anti-gay fucking people I've ever met.
Exactly.
A lot of them. They didn't give a fuck because that's how cool and awesome Rob Halford is.
Yeah.
I did. A buddy of mine that played drums for a band called the Piss Drunks was crying about it.
Was he really?
Yeah, and I was like, "You didn't know Rob Halford was gay?
The dude came out in bondage gear, man.
Like really?
I don't know. It was never any secret to us.
No,
No.
Okay.
After he came out, it just made it fun to now go over the names of Judas Priest songs to get the gay connotation.
I thought his.
Hence the album Turbo Lover.
I thought that was his coming out.
Yes.
I thought that was the coming
You know,
out. Like,
see, now you have reached like the part of my psyche where I had a problem. That's why I had a problem with that album, Turbo Lover. I'm like, Halford's a queer, and now all of a sudden they're doing like freaking albums that have pink covers with some swirly
they're wearing
tornado on
yellow
it.
and shit.
You know, and they're wearing yellow, and their hair's all teased.
Putting videos
you know.
out like Tron.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
To me, I was just like, okay, you know.
The 80s fucked
Maybe you need to
everybody
take
up.
a step.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to take a step back now.
You had all these great bands. The 80s fucked everybody up.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about albums. All right? So, follow-up albums that were fucking, like, pissing on statues. Theater of Pain. Motley Crue. You fucking follow up Shout at the Devil
No,
and
with
Too
that.
Fast for Love with that.
Yeah.
You fucking assholes.
More like it was theater of shit.
Even
is what
when
that was.
even as I was, pretty young when that came out.
Yes.
That came out, I was like, what the fuck are you doing to me?
Yeah.
And then right after that, fucking Twisted Sister comes out with fucking...
Come out and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fucking... And then...
It's more like come out and play
and then
with my
fucking
balls.
Turbo Lover.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? And then Ozzy comes out with fucking Shot in the Dark.
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
He's
where
got
he's
his
all
hair
pretty,
fucking
looks like David
teased.
Coverdale.
Yeah. Like, the 80s fucked everybody
Yeah,
up.
they
like
did.
frosted hair
Yeah.
and shit. Like,
Yeah, they
that
did.
was-
Yeah, Ozzy never looked so clean.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
It was
didn't-
ridiculous.
You know, he played shows then, and most of the time you see Ozzy, his hair's soaked, he's a sweaty mess. When he played shows then, nothing.
He's wearing blush.
Yeah, he's wearing blush. His hair's still perfect
eyeliner.
at the end of the show.
And that-
Everything.
Now, when you watch his show and he's yelling at Sharon, like, I'm the Prince of Darkness. No, I remember
No,
the fucking Shot in the Dark fucking
Yeah,
fucking
years.
Farrah Fawcett
Prince of
hair,
Darkness,
man.
my ass.
Yeah, you know.
It looked like Farrah Fawcett from the 70s.
And number
fucking
one,
mink coat.
the whole Prince of Darkness thing is the biggest marketing freaking scam Sharon could come up with, because there ain't nothing about Black Sabbath that has anything to do with Satan if you
No.
read the lyrics to the songs.
Never.
Every song is about God.
And peace.
And
They were-
peace
the thing
and,
is,
you know.
They were the hippie metal band.
Yes, exactly.
That's what they were.
I don't
Yes.
care. They were fucking great.
Yes.
They were the fucking best.
They were the best.
You know.
They were great. But,
Yeah.
The worst,
It
the
was-
worst casualty of the '80s was Celtic Frost.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They went from Morbid Tales to playing shit that was like Warrant,
Let me tell you something. you want to
and they look like Warrant too.
listen.
They went from upside down crosses and bones in their face to fucking looking like fucking Jamie Lane.
You
want to
be even more disappointed? I want you to fucking go on the Google machine and look up a band called Cult of the Psychic Fetus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And I played with them once, and they're gothabilly,
Gothabilly. How do you even get that?
Yeah.
How do you get Gothabilly?
and it's one of the guys from Celtic Frost,
Oh Jesus!
and it's
Christ.
fucking the biggest fucking pile of garbage
Oh, it is.
I
Gotta
ever fucking seen
Gotta
or
be.
heard. I
Yeah.
was enraged. What is this?
Yeah.
What is this that
Goth-
stands
yeah.
before me?
The, the fact that it's called fucking Gothabilly is just
Yeah.
I don't even know how that
is.
works. You
It
know,
doesn't work.
How do you
It does,
get
yeah.
how do you get droning music with like a,
Nah.
a fast
With a rockabilly sound.
yeah, with a rockabilly sound you can
Well,
dance
yeah,
to.
they weren't playing, and they.
What,
that's the
what,
thing.
what is it like Wednesday and
They
fucking
weren't playing
Lurch and the fucking
rockabilly
thing
at all.
doing this?
There was nothing rockabilly. I didn't get it. I was like, this is just
Yeah.
some goth shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
yes.
And then I found out it was a dude from Celtic Frost. I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Well,
they-
speaking of another fucking crap, well, you have Typo Negative comes out with fucking Bloody Kisses. And then what's the fucking next album? October Rust, and they're all like just they sound like Peter Murphy in The Cure. You know, it's like, really? Bauhaus? That's where you're going with this?
Listen,
you know, fucking 5 years ago you were singing if if you can't eat it or fuck it, kill it, and now you're like, let my rest.
my emotions.
Exactly. If I want to listen to The Cure, I'm going to put the fucking Cure on.
Exactly.
Like that's
Right,
it. Like,
and I have that option. I
Yeah.
choose not to fucking use it.
Yes.
because there's so much better shit
Yes.
to listen
Yeah.
to.
I mean, that was right there was kind of when I stopped. I was like, Typo Negative is not even a metal band.
If I want to listen to fucking like dark, brooding, fucking depressive fucking music, I'll put on Floyd.
Yes.
Exactly.
I don't need any of this
because-
fucking bullshit.
because
you
they,
know.
they're at the top of the fucking mountain, and nobody's
Right.
ever pushing them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need fucking Bauhaus or The Cure or fucking any
No.
of this other
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, the Sisters of Mercy.
None of it. Yeah.
the one of the guys that was in Typo Negative, like what I think he calls himself Baron now. But like back in the day, he was Barry. He's a Jewish freaking kid from freaking Queens. He was in a band called Desecrator. They opened for Carnivore a couple times, right? Anyway, my friend Rodney goes into a show in the city like 10 years later. Sees this guy there, and he's like, "Hey Barry, how you doing?" He goes, "He's got the Interview with the Vampire shirt on," and he goes, "It's Baron."
No, get the fuck
Right?
out of here.
And my buddy Rodney goes, "You're a white Jewish kid from Queens. You ain't Baron." And he said the guy got all pissed off at him and shit. He was like, you know, and then he calls me like as soon as he gets home. He's like, "Hey, I seen fucking Barry from Desecrator." I was like, "Oh, really? How's he doing?" I don't know. He calls himself Baron. He looks like fucking Brad Pitt from Interview with a Vampire.
Looks like fucking Herman Munster.
Yeah, you know. But he's a white fucking Jewish kid. I mean, he's not even that big. He's fucking what? Fucking probably 5'10". You know.
That always.
I'm Baron. No, you're an asshole.
It is,
Yeah.
exactly.
Douchebag.
It cracks you up because it's a fucking. I don't get it. Like if you got a sound, you got a band, you're good. Why do you got to change your fucking shit?
I don't know.
Look, guys, who
They,
never
they
like
do it all the time.
Ronnie James Dio never changed his shit from fucking Elf to fucking Dio. Maybe he got a little bit heavier, but it was always fucking Ronnie
fucking
James
Typo
Dio.
Negative. You listen to their first album, fucking Slow, Deep, and Hard, and then literally 2 albums later, they were fucking a completely different band.
There was
2 albums later.
There was a psychobilly band that I was really into. Yasuo, it was his favorite band. They were called Batmobile.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
they're pretty good.
So we were really into them, and then Laura had a fight with them online because they put out a flyer. They put out a flyer for a show, and it was on 9/11, and they had a fucking like an alien in a fucking plane like flying into a burning building and shit.
Jesus.
And she was
I
like,
could
"That's
see
not
that.
fucking cool."
Right.
And they're like, "Oh no, it's because a factory of fireworks exploded in our country and on the same." No, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. You're
Yeah.
now you're fucking backpedaling. Just man up for your shit.
Yeah.
Say, "No, we thought it was funny. Maybe it's in bad taste."
Yeah.
Whatever. But anyway, they were great. They were a great band. Then they fucking put out a record
Of garbage.
Google it. Welcome to the Planet Cheese. And
Oh boy.
they decided we're just not going to play psychobilly anymore. We're going to play this shit instead. And they were playing an electric bass, and it just I don't know what kind of music it was. It
Yeah.
was like fucking
I don't know. All the shit I hear from them that comes over on like
yeah,
Pandora.
you won't
it-
hear anything off that album.
No, it's all great
Yeah,
rockabilly.
You won't hear
Yeah.
anything off that album on there.
Yeah.
But that's another one. Like we're just going to be a different fucking band now.
I don't get that.
No.
It's just if you have a sound, you got the talent, stick with your shit. Listen, all the greats. It's what they did. Fucking Sabbath. They just imploded because of fucking cocaine.
Look,
like you know,
Yes.
that's what did them, man. Like
Yes.
like or dislike Zeppelin. That was the fucking that was a blueprint for
Ma-
success.
Malcolm Young
All
put
of
it
them.
the best.
AC/DC.
He put it the best. He said, "Yeah, we've been accused of writing the same record,
It is the best fucking record every goddamn time.
17 times in a row." He's like, "But it works.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
This is what you want to hear. This is what we want to play. If we came out and did something different, we wouldn't be AC/DC. We'd
Yeah,
be
yeah,
a
right.
different band."
Right.
It's like, listen, obviously, fucking Angus, amazing lead guitar. Listen, you're a 3-chord fucking band.
Right.
You know your fucking limitations. You have.
Well,
fucking
Angus isn't a 3-chord guitar
let
player.
me finish. You have Angus.
That,
the guy-
that dude can freaking hammer blues, man.
Oh, absolutely. But here's a
Hammer the
dude
blues.
who never took a lesson.
No.
And he plays by feel.
Yeah.
But that's the lead. The basic breakdown of the band is
Yeah,
we're a
it's
fucking
a
3/4
3-chord
chord
rock and
fucking
roll
Yes,
band.
fucking
Yes.
blues. Stick with fucking works. Just
Yeah.
like BB King.
Just
you
like
know,
Motorhead.
all that shit.
Yes.
That's why these guys
Yes.
are fucking great.
Yeah, this is-
Slayer.
Yeah.
Slayer.
You know, this is what we fucking do.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well,
Slayer actually made the better transition. They went from that ridiculous fucking hairband look to fucking looking cool with fucking Raiders jerseys and
Yeah.
fucking shaved
Yeah,
heads and long
but they
goatees.
still kept their music fucking brutal.
Exactly, but I'm saying
You
at least
know?
the look like we did.
Yeah.
We
Well,
changed-
when Slayer had that look, they still played
Oh no!
Like they were playing like punk and speed
They were
metal.
just
No, no, no.
confused because
But-
they were
but-
from L.A.
Yeah, they were from L.A., so they had to put this.
I'm not
this-
even touching on the music. Their music's been awesome
Yeah.
since day one.
Because
I'm talking about
because
the look.
I heard
I'm
an
glad.
interview at Hanneman that him and Lombardo they had an interview that touched on that, and they said, well, we had to dress like that back then because if you didn't dress like that and
You
have
didn't get
hair
in.
like that,
You
you
didn't get gigs.
didn't get gigs.
Yeah.
So they're like, so we would come in there looking like all like the Motley Cruers, and then all of a sudden they're like, evil has no boundaries, and everybody's
Right.
like, oh.
Yeah, nobody knew what to do with it.
Nobody knew what the hell to do
Well,
with
there's
it.
a video
You
on
know?
YouTube of like their first show.
Yeah.
And there's just people standing there. Like,
Yeah, like, what the fuck
confused.
is this?
Like, what- I remember the first time I heard Slayer, I didn't know what it was.
No,
I couldn't make sense of it. I was like, this is just noise. I don't know.
It was awesome. no.
First time I heard Slayer, I
Then
was
it-
like, "You got to be fucking kidding me! It's the greatest band
But
ever."
yeah, well,
fucking
then the
in
second
world.
time I heard it, I was like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah. You
All
know,
right.
and then that was around the time fucking Metallica came out, Kill 'Em All, and everybody's like, "Oh, Metallica!" And then all of a sudden, fucking 6 months later, fucking Slayer came out, fucking Show No Mercy, and I was like, "Metallica, who?
Yeah, exactly.
This fucking band blows Metallica. The first song is better than everything on fucking
Yeah.
Kill 'Em
Yeah.
All.
Yeah.
They haven't even got to the second
But
one
I'll tell
yet.
you that all set the stage. You said they had to dress that way,
Yeah.
look that way to get gigs.
Yeah.
And that's when Dave Lombardo started questioning where's the money for this gig, and that started sealing the deal for Dave Lombardo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lombardo actually had kind of a beef, man.
No, that
You
was
know.
right. I'm
Yeah.
sticking up for him. The dude's
Yeah.
like, "Where's the fucking money? Like,
Yeah.
where's this money going?" They're like, "You're out of the fucking band, dude."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he figured out the math, and he was like, I should be making more than $10 million a year.
yeah. You know, you have.
So should I. God damn it.
So should I.
But I mean, you got to.
You know.
Here's a dude like you have. Fuck Lars and all those other dudes. You have the thrash
drummer.
speed fucking
Yeah,
drummer,
Exactly.
the best.
Everybody wants it.
the fucking
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
And you say you question where our money's going? Get out. You're
And
Yeah.
suicidal tendency
you are
gets him.
huge.
That's
Huge
what's
from our
fucking
sound.
awesome.
Yeah.
and the Misfits, the biggest waste of a
Yeah.
drummer playing for the
But
fucking
that's just for
Misfits.
a
I know,
show.
but it's just
Yeah.
But suicidal lands him.
Yeah.
Like
He's got to be making more than Mike Muir.
He's got
He
to.
should be.
He's got to be getting paid more than him.
Yeah.
Better be.
He's Dave Lombardo.
Yeah.
He won Grammys. Mike Muir hasn't won Grammys.
no, like
dude.
yours.
Listen. As awesome as fucking King and all those dudes are, without those Lombardo fucking drums, that's fucking over fucking 50% of the fucking music.
Nah.
Yes, it is.
Nah.
That-
Nah. Because
That's what fucking sets it into your
Bo
fucking-
Staff has now played with the band longer than Lombardo has and recorded on more albums.
Yeah,
And
but he's
the
playing
band
Lombardo shit, isn't it?
well, not really so much anymore. Well, now the last tour he's playing a lot of Lombardo shit.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
for the most part, that band didn't miss a step when they got Bo Staff.
but what
You
I'm
know.
saying is, it's
I mean, his band he came from sucked.
Yes, they
But
did.
Yeah.
let,
But
let's take the names away from it. What I'm saying is that drum sound.
yeah.
It makes up 50% of that.
Well,
fucking
yeah,
music for
yeah.
you.
Lombardo's
And
double
Lombardo's
bass is
fucking
The drums
king
are
of
the
it.
fucking huge part of
yes,
Slayer.
Yes.
yeah. Lombardo's double
All thrash.
bass,
That's what
double
sets it
bass
into
and
your
that
fucking
snare
guts.
is what gives Slayer that signature sound.
Yeah.
But
You know.
you hear the fucking drums with that.
Yeah.
And as great as the guitar and everything is, and it's all fucking awesome. It's that fucking drums that sends it into your fucking guts
Yes.
that gets you fucking. And that was Lombardo.
Yeah.
That was Lombardo's doing, and that's why he deserved more of the fucking money.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he had
exactly.
a legitimate fucking beef.
Listen, let's talk about fucking booze.
We are.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get the.
No, you go get another batch. I will. I will. Me and Tom will have a smoke break.
Yeah, we'll have a smoke. Get some of those Bayshore, those flying fishes.
Somebody drove the nails into my head.
the hell we drinking?
Yeah, what do you got there, Groby? What are we drinking here?
We are drinking. I need a microphone. We are drinking. We're drinking Flying Fish Brewing Company from Jersey. Bayshore Oyster Stout.
What is exit what?
Exit 1.
Exit
They
1.
they have a series of
All the way
beers.
down there.
They have a series of beers for
Named after exits.
named after exits on the Garden State Parkway. Anybody familiar with Jersey knows all about the Garden State Parkway if you are heading to the beach. Says it's beer brewed with oysters. And Jersey's got some good fucking oysters, man. I'm telling you.
It's not vegetarian.
Not vegetarian.
But I'm drinking it.
But Chuck's drinking it, you know. It says the creamy flavor of English chocolate and roasted malts harmonizes with a perceived dryness from the oysters. Irish ale yeast adds a bit of fruitness and crispness.
Well, it tastes like good beer.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
And I do love oysters. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I can go for some fucking oyster shooters right now.
Oh,
Tequila.
oyster shooters are right there, man.
Oh boy, oh boy.
You know,
Man,
it's,
I'll tell
it's
you.
fairly high in alcohol. It's 7.5.
Living in Seattle, man.
So,
There was
ooh,
so
I
many
can
good
imagine.
fucking
Yeah,
oyster bars.
fucking, yeah.
man.
get them Willamette oysters up there,
we
man.
used to fucking tear it up, man.
Yep.
Oof.
We used to tear up the
Yeah,
oysters.
I love fucking oysters.
I
And I
do
used
too.
to tear up my fucking hands too.
Yep.
Shucking oysters and just having a
Yep.
fucking blast. But the beer's good, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yep. Good Jersey brew, man.
Yeah, so far we're 3 for 3, I think,
Yeah.
as far as the beers go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
We
Good
got
good
the Rogue,
variety
the Rogue
tonight.
Penny Colch, the Namaste White, and the oyster beer.
Yeah. I think if we sample like, you know, booze, you guys are going to need like an Uber.
Yeah.
we do it.
We have Liam for
Yeah,
those
that's
nights.
right. Yeah. We
Yeah.
might have to wait till the summertime for where we hit the real booze.
Yeah.
When he's
Yeah.
out of school and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
And speaking of summer, like we don't know when it. This is our initial. We're kind of recording episodes so we can once we're up and running we can throw a bunch at you. So right now it's pretty much towards the end of February. Was it February 21st?
21st, yes.
21st. So we don't know when this is going to get to you. Hopefully sooner than later. But
Soon.
just to keep it in perspective,
Hopefully by the end. Hopefully by April.
Yeah. So this is
I
where
would
we're
say
at.
before April
Yeah.
you'll be hearing us.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
we got, some plans going. We got some cool swag.
Yes. So
Some
but just to
different
keep
things
it in
going on.
perspective,
Road trips.
And a couple features we want to throw at you, with our new, hopefully, massive, big, loyal listening base here. We want you to call in and tell us what's your go-to beer or beers
Or,
Yeah.
or
drinks,
liquor.
Or
drinks.
or liquor, or wherever you live. If you live in Peoria, frickin' Illinois, you got a brewery down the street.
Is that a real place?
I think so.
Peoria?
I think so.
Peoria,
Yeah. And you got a brewery down the street. Give us a review. Tell us
Yeah.
what you think.
Yeah.
Tell them about us. Maybe we'll get one of those people to call in and talk.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're gonna do interviews.
You
We're
know.
gonna, we want to feature the guys that are out
Yeah.
there brewing and,
Yeah.
and distilling.
Yeah, and this isn't limited to North America either. So
No.
if
No,
we're
it's all over.
we're worldwide. You're in Japan. Throw some Japan liquor and
That's
freaking
it.
beer
Oh,
at us.
speaking of which, man,
Chuck's a big fan of that shit, man.
I got a, Valentine's Day. We don't really usually do much of anything, chocolate for the wife or whatever, and I usually get a bottle of wine or something, some chocolate, I don't get flowers because she's allergic to them, and they just die anyway because
Yeah,
none
right.
of us take care of that shit. But she came home Valentine's Day with a bottle of Japanese whiskey.
Nice.
And so I did a little review on my recorder, so I'll throw that on.
Cool.
Nice.
And
Valentine's Day, actually, Rebecca was black bean sliders for Rebecca and disco fries that I made.
yeah, I saw that.
And she pretty much polished off a bottle of champagne on her own, which was good for me.
Yeah,
Kept her in a good mood.
there you go.
I ate buffalo wings and watched Carrie and went to bed.
Ah, the original, I hope.
The original.
Yeah,
Okay.
good, good.
Yeah, I don't watch remakes.
But wait, I got to ask you now. Did Laura have any of the Japanese whiskey?
Yeah, she had some last night.
Did she have frothed milk with it?
No, don't get her started on the fraud milk.
I already did because I had to answer right away.
man.
It's ridiculous.
She called me up.
I am in her corner here.
She called me when she was still in the drive-thru, pissed off.
She's right.
You know, Michelle used to have this little
it's a steamer.
this little thing with this little like swirly end where
Yes.
she used to froth milk and
Yes.
stuff when she made her shishi freaking teas and
Right.
crap.
Or
This
cappuccino.
girl was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's
Like, what do you mean you don't know what it is?
exactly.
Fucking-
That's what I was trying
It's
to
Starbucks.
say.
Fucking
Yes.
big.
Exactly. If you ask for a chai tea, she get damn right she knows what it is.
Right. It's just like she was completely fucking lost.
Exactly. It's like she was telling Laura that
This is
it's
Starbucks in
steamed-
Franklin?
Yeah. She's telling her that it's steamed milk, not froth milk.
Yeah.
No.
Last time I
No.
went
You
there.
use a steamer to froth the milk.
Yeah, you put your little thing in
Yeah.
there, it goes
Yeah.
zzz, and
There's
it foams
many
it up.
ways to froth milk.
Yes.
Steaming is one way.
She was completely confused about the word frothed.
Exactly.
She was like, I don't know what that is. You mean steamed milk? She's like, no, I want
No.
the froth. So I'm like, you just tell her, it's the difference between a fucking cappuccino and
Yeah.
a latte,
Yeah.
right? Anyway,
Yeah, that
they don't fucking serve booze there anyway.
No. I used to like that place.
Yeah.
Starbucks. I'd go out for I would throw the dog in the truck. I'd go out for my Sunday morning ride around Franklin, toking on a bone. I would get my breakfast sandwich. The women wanted coffees. I'd pull up to the drive-thru. I'd put down my window. The smoke would roll out, and the dude'd be like, hand me a coffee. He's a happy 420 to you, sir.
Wow. One of the founders of Starbucks.
Nice wake and bake.
One of
he'd
the
be
founders of Starbucks was also the founder of Red Hook Brewery in
going.
Seattle.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there you go. Back to the booze.
Yeah.
there you go.
All right, what the fuck we drinking, fellas?
We are drinking. Now, guys, it's going to sound a little fruity and gay.
It
but
looks a little fruity too.
It is, yes.
It's pink.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
not what you would picture us. We should have
No.
had these in our hands in our fucking profile picture.
Oh,
when we're
exactly,
sitting at
yes.
the bar.
Yes.
It's called Flamingo Dreams.
The head on this thing is fucking light pink.
Yes.
It looks like cranberry juice.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
when you pour it, it's a pink Guinness.
Yep.
Yeah. When you open the can, I was like, uh-oh, because it's so loud,
Yeah.
you think that it's gonna explode, but it doesn't. Fucking pours great.
Yeah, it's a nitro.
It's a nitro. What it was a berry?
It's a sour berry.
Well, where's the can?
I'll get it.
What is it called?
It's called Flamingo Dreams.
Flamingo Dreams.
By Left Hand Brewing.
Left Hand
Company.
Brewing.
Get you some of that, Che.
Out of Colorado. You have
Get you some Flamingo Dreams.
Flamingo Dreams from Left Hand, and it's I believe 4.7%.
Hey man, this beer is pink,
Yes.
and what was that sour I reviewed that I fucking hated? Sequench.
Oh, yeah.
Sequence
By
Ale.
Dogfish.
Yeah,
Oh, they're
Sequence
terrible.
Ale, yeah.
It's terrible. I don't like
It's
it.
fucking garbage. This is what a sour should taste like.
Yes. If you go out with a broad that doesn't like beer, throw some of this on her.
And technically,
Yeah, right on her fucking head. Tell her, kick rocks.
At least let her try it. It might change her mind.
guys, I don't know whether it's considered a sour or not because they consider it on the can a berry blonde ale.
There
A
you go.
berry blonde.
Nice.
All right.
But
Well, it's
Well,
I mean,
it's
they can-
berry. I don't see blonde. Well, actually, strawberry blonde.
okay. Here you go. Here you go. It's a blonde ale with raspberries and black currants.
all right.
That's it.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's very good.
You taste the raspberry.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yes.
It doesn't have it. It's obviously real berries.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that artificial.
No, it doesn't have the syrup extract taste.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, I couldn't drink these all day long,
No.
but one or two of these in the
Sure.
summertime or
Oh,
right
yeah.
now,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not turning this down when somebody says you want one of these.
And what's the brewery?
It's Left Hand Brewing.
Oh, Left Hand, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
good brewery.
Out of Longmont.
Che, you
Colorado.
can get this.
Yeah.
Che, come on.
Yes.
Che,
Do one up. Come
go
on.
get some.
Come on. Be a man. Drink the pink beer, brother.
I expect to hear on Chelas Conche
They're,
Flamingo Dreams. Give it a
Flamingo
shot.
Dreams, man.
Especially now that the weather's getting hot out there.
Sure.
Grab you and Kenny a couple of cold ones of this stuff.
Get
and
those lawn chairs out, brother.
let's see
Fire up
what
the
you-
spliff
let's see what you think.
Fire up a nice biggie and
Again, you're not going to drink a 12-pack of these.
no, but a couple of these ice cold, brother, will do you good on that nice sunny.
Yeah, what's the
afternoon.
price point on this, man?
It's a 4-pack
Right?
at $10.50.
Yeah, so you're not,
It might be cheaper out in where it's from.
Colorado, yeah.
well, they're not going to Colorado.
Yeah, but they also Left Hand I think is also in.
They're everywhere.
in California.
Oh,
San
are they?
Diego, too,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, well, yeah,
So-
if they're going to be anywhere, it's going to
Yeah.
be San Diego.
So,
When they-
you know,
When they first started, I had their Milk Stout Nitro, and I was like, it's like a Guinness, but it's not. And
Eat that
I
mic,
was-
Chris.
It's like a
There you
Guinness,
go.
but it's not. And I get
That's a
so.
fucking problem.
I know. Easy.
Well, I don't want to yell into the damn thing, but it
Well, quit mumbling.
I
I got no teeth. You can hear me better now.
We're fucking punk rockers over here yelling to the fucking mic.
Yeah.
so it the first time I had their stuff, it wasn't out here. Like you couldn't get it,
Yeah.
like at all. Then all of a sudden they expanded production and it was
Yeah.
like, boom,
Yeah.
you're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was like, wow.
Well-
I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's tasty, man. I'm enjoying it.
I
yeah,
like
good
it.
stuff. It's fun.
I like it. Like I said,
you gotta drink it in a glass though. It's fun to pour.
Like I seen their post on Instagram, and I was like, look, I messaged them immediately and said, hey man, is this in the East? Tell me so. And they said, yes, you should be able to get it on the East Coast.
Nice.
And then they asked where I was. I said New Jersey. They said all over New Jersey we have distributorship.
Great.
I was like, okay.
Good shit.
And
man.
Tom, man, you got to get to the brewery because you can go to the tap room and then walk across the street and go to the dispensary.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's the kind of towns I like, man. I'm hoping Jersey, the politicians get their shit
Get
together.
get your
and
shit together.
They decide which one's going to steal the money for their pet projects and get
Listen,
the ball rolling.
Murphy.
You know?
That's the only reason you're the fucking governor is because
yeah.
you said you were going to fucking get us some damn weed.
Well, the problem is that Murphy doesn't get the money. All the senators want the money.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
all they have to do is come up with a goddamn bank that they can put it through.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's
And
it.
Well, fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Blind anyhow.
Dopes.
Figure it out,
Yeah.
dopes.
Yeah. So.
Tom and I could find a bank to put our fucking money into.
Exactly.
You could find one to put.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're in Sussex counties. A lot of people have money in banks.
Yeah.
I know we haven't done this much on the show, but out of 5, what do you guys give this?
5 what?
You're just up to 5. Like
5 stars.
5.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Yeah, up to
We're
5.
We're 5 stars.
Our show?
Our show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
the beer?
The beer.
Um,
What would you do?
Well, I mean, it's good. I really like it, but it's not, it's not like my favorite kind of thing.
I give it like a 3.75.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
a little more than
you
half.
got to give it some fucking points for originality,
Sure.
and I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll
In a glass.
give it a 4.
4? Yeah, okay. I said anywhere between a 3.75 and a 4.
Jesus, he's got fucking points.
Well,
and
I do
points.
Untapped a lot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, he's got his deal.
He's the fucking beer Nazi.
I don't know. I mean,
Snob, actually.
if it can get me girls, I'm looking at 5. I'm looking at 5, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That might get you some girls.
Yeah.
That- I think it might.
It might.
I think it might.
So,
And over your way, too, though.
This is, look at me. I'm not drinking the jock beers like these other guys. I'm
beer's
drinking
pink.
the pink beer that
Right.
looks like Guinness.
Yeah,
I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
Blow me.
You're all about
Blow me for Pete's sake.
you're all about breast cancer awareness. there.
Exactly.
Dude.
There you go. This is a good beer to drink in February
Titties and beer.
for breast cancer awareness.
all right.
Drink this beer during February.
Yes,
So
if
Actually-
it's out in February.
if it's out in February.
Actually, Yards Brewing puts one out in February.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yards Brewing does it.
Is it
Alright.
pink?
It's pink. I went to a beer dinner for them.
All right.
And they had it there, and
Cool.
it's pink, and it's good. It's a really good beer.
Cool.
God, it's April. We got
All right, let's
All right.
let's take
Yeah, we're gonna take a break.
a break. We'll go into the news with
Yeah,
Pots
yeah, we're going to the news of pots
after break.
after break.
comes another segment.
Yeah.
The news with Potts.
With Potts.
What you got for us today, Potts?
Oh, we got some drunken news today.
All right.
All right. So this broad from Florida. I don't know what Palm Beach. Palm Beach.
Right.
Figures.
Palm Beach. Older lady. Her name is
God's waiting room.
Her name is Jennifer Sue Sunday. The headline says, "Sometimes you just want a cold one." Right?
Sometimes you do.
Yeah. Most people of legal age head to a bar or a liquor store, but Jennifer Sue Sunday kind of liked she didn't like take Uber or anything, so she decided to call. Oh, what happened? She decided to call 911 for her beer. Right?
It's an emergency.
And she called it twice in a 4-hour span, and they decided to send the sheriff's office to her house.
Did they bring beer?
No, the first one was a medical issue, and then when they got there, she goes, "Where's my beer?" That was a medical issue. Then the second one, they went to her house. She was visibly intoxicated. Shocker in that one, right?
Yeah.
And told the EMT crew she needed beer. that was the end. That was the end of.
Did she have pants on, and was there meth involved?
Is that Brittany?
Nope, they didn't say no drugs. They just said she was drunk, and they put up her picture here too. It's quite.
What's her picture?
It is Brittany. Holy fuck.
Yeah, she's just on the booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
911.
911 for beer, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's it. Call.
You know?
What else is?
They'll deliver.
What else is in the news?
Well, didn't we have a crop dusting or something at a 76ers game?
Yeah. What do we?
Yes.
So supposedly this is a
Non-booze related.
non-booze related, but the headline said who farted at a Sixers bench on the Sixers bench game, man.
Was it in Brooklyn?
I think it was in Brooklyn.
See that?
Yeah, it was at Brooklyn.
Somebody in Brooklyn shit on the Sixers.
Yeah. But the headline is, so who actually ripped ass on the Sixers bench last night? And they're all blaming on what's his name, Embiid, Joel Embiid.
Oh, yeah.
He's black, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, but
That's not to ask.
yeah, but they go on with another headline like somebody crop dusted the Sixers bench.
Nice.
I mean, that's great reporting. You know that wasn't done by like the New York Times or anything.
But here's my question. During a playoff game, why would you fart on your teammates and get them all fucked up?
I don't know when the Sixers are up by 10.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
They cleared the bench.
Oh yeah, they did.
Did they really?
Now
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck did he eat?
Yeah, well, who knows? He's
Chinese.
He's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He's in
You get all
Brooklyn.
kinds of shit
Went out
there,
for some
man.
falafel before
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
And then
Some sort of Mongolian falafel.
then
Yeah.
I got a really good one for you guys.
All right.
I searched this one out, and this is drug related for you folks.
I'm all ears.
all right.
And does it a shocker that it's a Florida man?
No.
Now,
All right,
all great stories start with
Exactly.
Florida, man.
Exactly.
but it's not in Florida, but it's two Florida men.
Well, see,
Okay.
that's
They
that-
took
right.
Florida
okay.
with them.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Crazier.
Two Florida men were arrested in Ohio in possession of $84,000 worth of cocaine, stowed away safely in Lunchable boxes. you know the Lunchables,
Yeah.
right? But
Put one
the
of those
kicker,
in the-
Can't you see through them, man?
yeah, but no, they have the covers on them now, and they slide them out. But
Ah.
the kicker is there was no Lunchables in there. It was every compartment had cocaine in it.
Nice.
Genius.
When-
Genius.
when-
It's for the kids, man.
And the thing was, it was in an F-150, right? And,
Why are you blaming Ford, bro?
No, it was in an F-150.
You can't even
And-
put sheetrock in the back of your truck. Your fucking ass end's gonna go fucking down to the ground.
And they had they just didn't have like 2 packs of
Yeah.
like Lunchables. They had like
Yeah.
a case of fucking Lunchables.
Yeah. 2
in there.
rednecks.
More than a
Yeah,
case.
and the
Wait,
cops,
Yeah.
the
Wait,
cops.
how much cocaine was it?
It was 84,000.
84,000.
It was a lot. It was a lot of Lunchables. I don't.
That's
they're-
like 2 kilos.
Two rednecks with a case of Lunchables.
yeah, and
Full of cocaine.
yeah, and the thing was, the cops grabbed the Lunchables to take him out. Right? They didn't know what was in. And then one cop goes and goes, "Why is these Lunchables so heavy?" like you know, it was probably a fat cop too because
Yeah.
he eats Lunchables. Like
Yeah.
it's-
It was all
and,
right,
and he's just like, and he's like, they slide it out and they're like, little bags with white stuff in it. All right, that's what they said.
That's classic.
Yeah,
Nice.
yep.
Love that one.
And the reporting was aggressively dumb hiding place. That's what it said.
Not all heroes wear capes, folks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the kicker was, they were high on cocaine, right?
Oh,
they
probably,
were.
damn right.
They were aggressively changing lanes
Yeah.
repeatedly on the highway.
Yeah. That's because they thought somebody was fucking watching them.
Exactly.
Yeah, somebody's
They're
behind us.
Bubba, they're behind the billboard, Bubba. I'm telling you.
So the Ohio State Patrol.
I think there's somebody in the back of the truck.
So the Ohio State Patrol took a picture and they put their nice hat and the Lunchables and a gun next to it. That's
funny.
That's how those Ohio guys work.
Nice.
That's how they do. They take pictures in front of the cocaine that they seized.
That's classic, man. That's
America, fuck yeah, right?
yeah.
So,
Well, thanks for the news, Potts.
yeah, that's about all the news. I mean, there was one with a naked guy, but
Oh, well,
That's me. Don't perform.
we'll save the naked guy for next time.
Yeah, Chuck said I'm gonna
Yeah.
dive deep into that story.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of only vote for naked female crackheads.
Ooh. I'll search that one for you next time.
I like to avoid the crackheads.
But they're funny.
All right, later, folks.
All right. And that was the news. I'm tired of talking about beer. Let's talk about booze.
Okay.
whiskey.
Booze is good too, man. Love booze.
All right, this is our booze segment. So kick back, grab yourself a glass of nice whiskey, nice tequila, nice whatever the hell it is you
A
drink.
nice freaking vodka, man.
Nice vodka.
Yes.
Don't kill it with any ice or water. Just drink
Yeah.
Just drink it.
Well, vodka you gotta kill with ice and water.
Yeah, but not whiskey.
Don't kill whiskey with ice and water.
All right. Throw some fucking Fleischmann's bread yeast
Throw it in there.
in there.
cover it
And
with a balloon with a little pinhole in it,
Yeah,
and,
and-
you're good to go.
put it away for a month, and you're gonna have wine,
Yeah.
and that's gonna taste like fucking Manischewitz.
Hey,
Yeah.
But you know what? It
Hey, man, I always loved that Manischewitz Concord grape wine.
listen, man.
Not Concord, Concord.
There's been
Grape wine.
there's been many.
I always loved that shit on holidays.
Manischewitz is fine. And,
Yeah.
that's in the same.
See, you know why we loved it? Because the old people never drank it because it was shit. And,
it was left out so the kids could easily get to
Yeah,
it.
it was like all my Polish relatives were, we're drinking that Jewish freaking grape juice. And they'd be all hammering Fleischmann's. Right? So we'd steal the bottle, and next thing you know, we'd be all half in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, it's right on that same level. I've spent many a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday with Boone's Farm and Night Train, which is on the
Sure.
same level as Manischewitz.
Thunderbird, Night Train.
I
fuck,
drank
man?
Night Train once.
I've drank it lots of
I
times.
drank a lot.
We were all like, I think we were 14 years old.
Drank that shit before
And-
Guns N' Roses even thought of the name
exactly.
for their fucking band.
Exactly.
They made a song about this.
I think we were all like we were all like 14, 15 years old, and one of our buddies comes into school and says, my older brother's having a big party this weekend. He said we can all go. So we're in there, sitting there at this table, and all these people are coming in. They're dumping all kinds of drugs in this bowl. Yeah, everybody's like doing everything under the sun, and they're like, they bought us like 7 bottles of Night Train to drink. So the 4 of us drank all these 7 bottles. I woke up, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was under the bushes in the front of the house.
Yeah, that's about right.
I crawl out from under the bushes. I'm looking around. I'm like, and I see these pair of feet. So I go down to this other set of bushes, and I pull my buddy Don Ludes out from under the bushes. Now, we called him Don Ludes. He was named Don Ludes at this party, and he was only 14. This dude has never done a Quaalude in his entire life, but he's sitting there all stoned at the table, and this one older dude goes, "What's your name?" He said, "My name is Don." He says, "Are you on Ludes?" He says, "No." He goes, "Well, you look like it, so your name is Don Ludes." So the dude's name was Don Ludes for the rest of his life.
There you go.
Still probably never taken a Quaalude.
No, well, he's dead now, but he never took a Quaalude his entire life. But I pulled him out from under the bushes. And then we looked around the house. We found a couple more of our friends in the backyard
Saw some more feet.
laying under shit. But that was the last time I ever drank night.
Well, see, I mean,
I went on the Mad Dog 2020 after that. Yeah.
You have an experience
Yeah.
with something, and you equate the like that's why Laura.
Well, Mad Dog had more flavors.
Laura had an experience with fucking Manischewitz.
Yeah.
That's it. She can't
Yeah.
even look at it anymore.
I'll tell you, Mad Dog 2020, some of the views that fueled the early days of the Skells.
Sure.
And all of us,
Sure, man. Look, those old boozes, man, where you get the different, fortified wines, man. Look, it was cheap shit.
Get a bottle of
$2.99 for a fucking bottle. Well, we used to,
Speaking of mixers,
we used to drink Night Train.
we were sitting at my buddy Don's house
Those
one
aren't
night.
mixers.
We were sitting at my buddy Don's house one night, right? And we were drinking. We had
Is there
a
more beer? Or
yes. We had a handle of Stolies, and we were drinking, and we ran out of mixers. So we're looking all over the house, and he goes in his brother's room. He's like, "My brother has a bottle of Orange Mad Dog 2020." We're like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
So we used Orange Mad Dog 2020 as a mixer for vodka.
That's a fucking terrible idea.
Stoli's vodka, no less. Not a cheap shit Gordon's vodka. we were using Stoli's.
But you'll never drink Night Train again.
No, I'll never drink Night Train.
Right.
I generally stop drinking shit that makes me wake up under bushes.
I'll tell you, though, I missed the Night Train. I used to get it. Obviously,
I think it was right after that I started doing cocaine, so I didn't sleep under bushes.
I've never had a bad experience with fucking Night Train or Thunderbird. I could drink a bottle of either one right now.
I'll
and be fine.
one right now.
Thunderbird didn't affect me. Mad Dog 2020, I loved all the flavors. But that night with that fucking Night Train, I had no idea what happened.
How about Brass Monkey?
Oh, Brass Monkey was cool.
Yeah.
Brass Monkey's all right.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't even think they make that anymore, do they?
Nah,
No.
they don't. You can't
No.
get Brass Monkey
Yeah.
anymore.
And I think that was only predominantly an East Coast thing, wasn't it?
No, we had it on the West
Yeah,
Coast.
you had it
man.
out there?
It was illegal in Seattle.
Oh.
But in California, yeah, we had it. We had Brass Monkey.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen Night Train. I mean, obviously, I haven't been looking at the right
I don't
places.
think it's made in fucking Modesto, California. It's still on the market, but I think it's just it doesn't sell, so people don't.
I mean, I don't know.
You get it in bodegas.
Well,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I used to get it. Like
How about Wild Irish Rose?
Oh, yeah, that's still
Yes.
I used to get all my stuff in Patterson. So, I mean, I'm sure if
Yeah.
I went to Patterson, I used to get the liquor store at Getty Ave is where I got my Night Train and whatnot. I'm sure if I went there now, it's probably still there.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm like, well, I can't believe they don't have Night Train in Sussex County.
I mean, we're
New Jersey.
fucking, you know.
Well,
our wives tolerate a lot of shit,
Yeah,
man.
they do.
If we start coming up with fucking Night Train, it's just.
What's it be like? Hey, Laura, like, happy Valentine's Day. I got you this crack.
Yeah. I got you a couple of $3 bangers, a stem, and a bottle of Train.
It's not even about giving it to them.
Happy Valentine's Day, baby.
It's not even about. It's not even about giving it to them. It's just if they come home and find us drinking Night Train.
Sitting naked on the kitchen
Yeah,
floor with a
exactly.
bottle of Mad Dog
Yes,
2020
yeah.
next to me. Like, what? What's the matter?
Yeah.
Like,
This is fucking normal.
what's wrong with that?
Yeah. That's fucking
And
funny.
speaking of which, listen, I'm hoping this is going to be one of the things that materialize on our show. We're talking about not necessarily Mad Dog 2020 and Night Train and whatnot,
You know what?
That-
I think we're gonna have a show where we sample all these things.
Well,
Absolutely, yeah.
No. This is a segment. I
That'll
want to.
be in one of those Uber nights.
Yes,
This is a segment I want to introduce, and just
maybe a segment
Try it
on
on.
$3 Chuck too.
well, that's good stuff though.
That is $3 Chuck is fucking really good.
Just see what everybody like. Thinks. I have a friend. It's a friend of mine that I jam with occasionally, who's a notorious bargain booze shopper. Be
Short
it-
on cash, low on dough. Budget beer is the way to go. Shout out to Ted Flatus.
Flatus. You've made it onto 2 shows
He
now.
made it on 2 shows.
Latest, more members than Deep Purple.
Yes.
But most not so much beer, but a lot of like he will bargain shop for the best, like Scotch, vodka, something that gets the job done. Doesn't have to necessarily taste the best, but gets the job
It's
done.
down,
Yes.
it all says Gordon's on it.
Whatever. But I talked to him. He's game for either calling in or recording once every couple of weeks and giving his suggestions on what's the best bang for your buck.
Call in.
You want
There
to
you go.
want to get shit faced.
The best bang for your
You
buck.
want to
go.
get shit faced for the least amount of money.
I'll
this
take
guy's
it,
gonna
man.
tell
There you go. Tell him like every 2 weeks. Call in
Hey.
with his bang for the buck segment.
He will. There might be. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've known this dude for a while. We coach football together. We've drank together. He's drank cheap stuff together, and sometimes on game day he's had to find a bathroom right away because it was the next morning, and he got his bang for his buck. But I'll tell you what, it is what it is, folks. We'll let you take it from there.
It's that shit on the bottom shelf.
It
Yeah.
happens, man.
I remember the fucking.
It's not tequila. It's agave liquor.
It's agave liquor. Yes. I remember.
It's like what is that? Red ribbon scotch?
Yeah.
USA Scotch. Wait,
I
what's
remember
that?
one of my daughter's field hockey games, and I'm sitting next to this one dad, and I see him sneak this Bud Light out of a cooler and pour it in his freaking Burger King cup. I go, "You're drinking Bud Light out of Burger King cups?" He's like, "Well, yeah, so nobody knows what's going on." He's like, "What are you drinking, soda?" I was like, "Jack and Coke." And he's like, looks at me, he's like, "Oh."
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah,
asshole.
fucking Bud Light in a
Bud
Burger
Light.
King cup."
That's it. That's a good shout out.
Hey, I got another thing.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, go ahead.
I got another thing I want to do is Tom brought it up with the night train. But what's the one booze, the one liquor style of booze that you just can't fucking do? Everybody's got one.
Scotch.
For you, for me, it was Scotch for fucking years, and I would try every like 6 years or so. Somebody would have Scotch, and I would be like, I'll fucking try it again. The only liquor that has ever survived in my house for longer than I had a bottle of fucking Dewar's Scotch. That
Exactly.
stayed
That's why I
that's-
can't drink that.
It
anymore.
stayed in my house for fucking 2 years. And there'd be a little bit out of it because I would try, and it just this is shit.
Well, yeah,
I'll tell you one thing.
But for some reason I went to Fairway one night and they were giving out Scotch samples and they had the good shit, and I was like, no, I hate Scotch. They're like, well, try this, and I tried, and from then on, now I can handle Scotch.
Yeah.
For me, well, no, go ahead.
No,
What
go
is
ahead.
it?
No, for me, it's not so much a style of booze. It's actually one thing maybe one or two. Jägermeister,
That's shit.
Rumpelmintz. I can't do like that.
Southern Comfort.
That pepperminty sweet kind of shit.
Yeah.
Southern I
could bomb that shit down all night.
I don't like it. I wish
That's
I could.
fucking.
Listen,
That's college kid fucking
Yeah.
booze.
listen. I love everything German culture, like food, booze, beers. I wish I could sit there and fucking drink like Jägermeister. Like I tried. I go, this tastes like shit.
Yeah.
I
It's
look at the
fucking
bottle
terrible.
and it says fucking 40% alcohol, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
So yeah, I just don't like the taste of that. The Rumpelmints, the sweetness. You said Southern.
See,
I don't like sugary.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Right.
Rumple Mints you replace with Dr. McGillicuddy's and you should be fine.
I never tried the Doc McGill
Yes,
patties.
yeah, that's
I
less
don't even
sweet
know
than
what that
Rumplemans.
is.
It's schnapps.
I've seen it.
well, there's another
Just like
one.
Stumblemint.
So there's a see now.
You know.
Now I've had real Austrian schnapps.
Yes.
different
and
animal.
it's not even the same fucking.
It's not all
Yeah.
sugary and shit.
It's made from a flour.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's a whole different fucking.
Yeah,
but
I-
like schnapps.
Yeah.
Schnapps here is
Here
all it's
is
all
like
like extract
root
shit.
beer
Yes. I've had the same thing. A friend of mine, they were off the boat from Germany, and his father, he had
They love schnapps.
real schnapps.
Yeah.
And I tried. I was like, this does not taste like.
No.
We hate the
like
Jews and
schnapps
we
you
love the
buy.
schnapps.
Yes.
This ain't like peach schnapps you get at ShopRite Liquor. It's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
this shit's good. Like,
yeah.
So for me, the one thing that I cannot fucking do, and maybe it's gonna be like Scotch, maybe because Scotch, again, it fucking took me like I would keep trying it if somebody had it, and I would be like, I can't do it. It's like fucking literally like licking tape to me. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
it was
to me,
it
it's
just had
horrible.
a taste that I couldn't get down.
See,
But now I can do it, and I think it might be from my years. I think my palate towards Irish whiskey eventually led me to a, but I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I
Yeah.
know I couldn't do Scotch for a long time. Now I can't. The one fucking thing, and I love alcohol. I love I love all kinds of beers. I love wine. I love ciders, meads, blah, blah, blah. I will literally fucking stare at a fucking glass of gin before I'll drink it.
really?
I
Fall gin?
not a good gin and tonic.
And no, any fucking gin
Yeah.
I've ever fucking tasted has been like, why would anybody drink this?
Even Hendrix? You tried a Hendrix?
No, I haven't tried.
Okay.
Well, I may have. I don't.
But that's a Scottish gin. It's a completely different taste. It's a different. They use different botanical, like more flowery. It's a totally different taste. Might be
I
something.
mean, I'll try it. You know.
We'll bring that to the table one of these days. We'll
Yeah,
see how
I'll
you
try it.
See, gin for me is that 85-degree summer day and some tonic and lime.
I'll just use fucking
Yeah.
vodka for that.
Yeah. Well,
I like
You
both.
know, like,
I like
I
both.
mean, I don't drink gin to the point where like it's replacing anything. You know, for me, it's Scotch, and like you touched on, like all of our parents, they all drank whiskey, vodka, rum, beer.
right.
But you know, they always got those bottles of Scotch, gifts, whatever.
Yes.
So when we were like, 12, 13 years old, and we were like, we're going to the woods camping.
Cuddy Sark.
Yeah, we were stealing a bottle of Scotch. And we didn't know any better. We
Just
didn't
said
mix
whiskey. We're like, yeah.
we didn't know any better. We didn't mix it with anything. I mean, we got a joint from our older brothers. We got freaking sat up there in the woods, got freaking
Sure.
stoned, and we kept doing shots of freaking Scotch all night. And we were like just like sick and puking, going, "This is fucking great!" And once we got into those days, I never drank Scotch again.
Yeah.
I was over this is like 18-year-old Scotch. It tastes. I was like, I'll fucking puke if I smell it.
No, it's. I mean, some people have that mental
Yeah.
connection.
Yes.
Like I know that there's people that fucking swear up and down that if they drink a certain type of booze, it makes them fucking more prone to violence or more
Yeah.
prone to
Nah.
Rebecca used to think that too.
breaking stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's people who won't mix boozes. Tom's obviously not one of those.
No, I'll mix
But
it
I mean,
in.
I'll drink I'm drinking beer right now. I'll go home and I'll have tequila,
yeah.
and then I
Listen-
might decide, fuck it, I'm going to crack one of these bottles of fucking hydromel that I made.
Yeah,
See how
drink
it's
one of
tasting
them,
right
yeah.
now.
Listen, there's a funny meme that's been going around that says, "Liquor before beer, never fear.
Yeah.
Beer before liquor, you're still fine. Stop being a fucking pussy."
Exactly. Yeah.
It's all fucking alcohol, people. It is what
Yeah,
it is.
it really is. But
The
people,
bottom line is that got the bad rap because people just it's not because you were mixing booze, it's because you drank in
just
excess.
drank too
Yeah.
much
Drank
fucking
too much
booze.
Yes.
That's it.
And your mind is connecting it to that time. Like that for
Yeah.
you, it's the Scotch, the one time.
Yeah.
And same with the night train. It's your brain has told
Yes.
you nope, don't do that.
No.
It's funny.
And
You know, I was sitting here one day and I was drinking beers. My daughter and a couple of friends came over. And they were doing, whatever. They brought me a couple of weird brownies. And I'm sitting here and I was drinking beer. And then I finished the beer and I made myself a vodka and orange juice. And they're like, beer before liquor, never sicker. And I was like, can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. And they're all looking at me like, ooh. I was like, don't believe the old wise tales.
don't buy it.
I was like, I've drank beer all afternoon, started pounding Jack Daniels, and at midnight went back to beer again.
Exactly.
listen,
Top it off with some vodka.
And
if I had $1 for every time I debunked that myth, we'd be doing this podcast from my private
Yeah.
jet
cool.
right now.
Yeah, exactly. But that was my answer to them. Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Look, the only things that if you go to sleep at night and you wake up the next day and your right rib cage is hurting and you didn't do anything, stop drinking for a couple days because
Yes.
it's probably your liver.
Yes.
Is that what that is?
You didn't fall on anything, right? You didn't.
But the problem is you didn't drink enough water. 'Cause
Right.
If your liver hurts and you're not drinking enough water,
Exactly.
and
Oh,
that's the bottom line.
That's what that is?
Yes.
It's funny.
So I don't have to stop drinking for a couple days.
No, you just gotta
fucking hydrate.
You just gotta have the proper amount of water with the proper amount of alcohol.
It's funny while we're talking about gin. I guess it was 2-3 weeks ago. I stopped in at Wine Country to get my my Bloody Mary mix, the Zing Zang that Mr. Groby turned me on to.
Oh yeah, Tom's gonna have to. Groby's gonna have to talk about the Zing Zang.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about a bunch of Bloody Mary mixes.
So, I'm checking it out. I got my usual. I had a couple boxes of those. I had to get a new bottle of Tito's, a couple other beers and shit. So the girl checking me out was actually, I hate to say it because I hate the whole area she's from. Kansas.
There was no girl checking him out.
No.
the checkout girl.
Okay. Because the way you
No.
said that, we're both looking at each other.
I
There's
was
no-
not thinking.
there's
No,
girl
I was
checking
not
him
going
out.
that way. But she was.
That's like when me and Tom would go to the gay bar.
Yeah, nobody's checking us.
Nobody's checking us out.
that you know about.
No. It's the same as when we go to the straight bar.
Yes,
Nobody's checking us
nobody's
out.
checking us out there.
I actually have.
We're in Sussex County, man. And Chuck has the one broad that's into the same shit everybody that we're into.
Yeah.
And Chuck has the one broad that is.
It's actually funny. I actually,
there ain't any other broad up here that's into the same shit we are.
for future.
I got the only one that
Chuck
was
has the
going to
only one.
CBGB's
Yes,
Sunday
yes,
matinees.
Chuck is the only one.
That's it.
Just to jump on that tail, I actually it's not a gay bar story, but it's a funny gay story that I'll tell in a future segment. That being said, going forward, the checkout girl, who unfortunately was from Kansas City, and we just don't like people from Kansas City,
Sure we do. There's a lot of Raiders fans in Kansas City.
but she wasn't one of them. That's why
Oh.
I'm saying we don't like her. But she was telling me I need to try gin with my Bloody Mary the next time.
Yes, yeah,
Which is what
yes.
they call a red snapper.
Yes.
But she,
So it's
she
not
gave
a
me the
Bloody
whole,
Mary.
But she gave me the whole background. Like there's a gin distillery down the street from her where she lived in Kansas City. Blah 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 blah. They got the whole science behind. Most people that use vodka, they either use too little or too much. If you do 2 ounces of gin, it's just the right amount. You get the florals, the blah 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 blah. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, I gave it a try. I'm like, all right, let me give it a shot. I got gin. I got Bloody Mary mix. Let me see what happens
What
here.
kind of gin?
I don't even remember.
Wasn't Gordon's, right?
No, it wasn't Gordon's. No,
Okay. Don't get
it
that.
was not Gordon's. It was not Gordon's. But I did it. I get
I
the
love
right
Gordon because he
amounts.
just makes everything.
I put it in there, mixed it up. Nothing.
You know what?
Nothing special.
On
Like,
the side of the box of
I
the
didn't
Kansas Zing
taste
Zang,
any fucking
it has
gin.
a recipe for a Bloody Mary with gin.
Did it? I didn't even look.
Yes. One with, I guess, like vodka, tequila, made with
Tequila.
Like,
I'll try.
Tequila's Bloody Maria.
Yeah. I like
but
tequila.
there's a gin one.
I typically will drink a Bloody Maria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
or a
do
Bloody
that.
Mary.
Yeah.
I'm,
But
I'm more of a tequila guy than a vodka guy.
But there was no gin botanicals that came through
No.
the tomato juice and the
And
hot
the
pepper.
Yeah,
No.
the spices. No.
No, nothing happened.
Well, that's like with wine. You know,
You know?
when I see these fucking douchebags with their fucking man buns and
Yeah.
beards, and they're fucking tasting wine and then spitting it. First of all, if you're spitting your wine out,
Yeah, you're a
fuck off.
douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So, but you're tasting your fucking, you're smelling it, and you're doing all that shit, and you're tasting it, and then you're telling me, I plum and nutmeg and
Yeah.
and a hint of.
They're making shit up.
It's like, no, you know what's in that? Grapes.
Yeah.
None of that shit that you're saying
No.
is in that.
No.
It's grapes.
Yeah.
It tastes like fucking grapes.
Yeah. There might be some cloves thrown in on top.
There might be, but
Depending on the
but-
seasonal wine they're making.
But then I think that you're technically, it's called the different beverage.
Yes.
A wine is made from grapes
Yeah.
and yeast.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It tastes like
Listen-
grapes.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like fucking walnuts
No.
or
One of my best
notes
moments.
of hints of oak.
no.
Listen, one of my best
like
moments.
like how do you know what oak tastes like? Are you a fucking
Right.
beaver?
Right.
Are
Yeah.
you chewing on trees? What the fuck do you think oak tastes like?
Yeah.
You know?
About 20 years ago, my brother-in-law loved the guy to death, but he got into the big wine thing.
Yeah.
He's since come around to be somewhat normal, but he opened up, he had his own company going with a partner, big money, ordering French wines, all this pretentious douche.
Yeah.
At the point, much as I love the guy,
Like
He
a Trader Joe's customer.
it became a pretentious douche. So at that time, that's I used to always read up on cheap boozes because
Here, try this quinoa.
just whatever. That's when Turning Leaf first came out, Turning Leaf wine, which was the original cheap wine.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, like this, I see this Turning Leaf Cabernet, like $9.95 a bottle, and I'm like reading the reviews on it, and like all these reviews are like, this shit is phenomenal, it's great. I'm like, I'm gonna try it. Like so in my head now
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck with somebody here. So I buy a bottle of this Turning Leaf. It was Thanksgiving, I believe. I bring it over. He's in the height of his fucking French wine mania.
Douchebaggery.
Yeah. So I sneak in the kitchen. I pour him a bottle. Pour him a glass. So I'm
Do
like,
you know
"Here
your
I go."
house smells like weed?
It does.
It does?
It does.
Good. Then my job is complete here.
The second
I
walk
it wasn't
in.
allowed to smell like weed when Michelle was here.
It's perfect. Michelle ain't here anymore.
Michelle ain't here anymore.
So I'm like, listen, I got this wine. I got it as a gift. I go, it was so and so. I don't know how much it was. They said it's a really good wine. But, so he fucking does the whole fucking swirl around, which I don't know. Just swirl around. You're looking at it. It's supposed to do shit. I don't know.
Yeah, how it coats the
Swirling.
glass.
Fucking sips it, like swishing it around. He's like, oh my god, this is exquisite. It's awesome. I go, you know what else it is? He goes, what? I go, it's $9.95 a fucking bottle. It's fucking A&P. I go, there you go, jerk off. I go, you're spending $100 a bottle on a fucking wine. Here you
Only-
go.
You be drinking it for $9.
Only fucking Americans spend fucking hundreds of dollars on bottles of wine.
Yeah, because they think for some reason if it comes from France, it's good
Yeah,
wine.
if fucking Italians and French and Spanish people, they fucking drink $3 bottles of wine
Exactly.
all fucking day,
Cheap
every
fucking
day.
bullshit everywhere they go in their cafes,
It's
man.
good
Because
wine.
everybody fucking makes it,
It's-
and it's right there. So
Yes.
there's
It's
no
good
high
wine.
demand.
It works. It tastes good. It doesn't have fucking walnuts or hints of oak
Nope.
or any of that shit.
To my brother-in-law's credit, he has come around and he's now normal as far as
Okay.
that goes. He appreciates the fucking $9 bottle of
Sure.
wine. I give it to a momentary lapse of craziness.
Yes.
Being married to my sister will do that. So.
Well, everybody gets hooked on some kind of idea for a while, and they
Yeah.
go a little nuts with it. I've seen it
Yeah.
happen to a lot of
Yeah,
people.
yes.
I like it. I laugh.
I do too.
Whenever anybody gets obsessed with something, like this is fucking great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see their Facebook
That's like
posts.
people ask me, what kind of beer you drink? I was like, I could drink Pabst Blue Ribbon, or I can drink Pliny the Elder. What do you got?
Yeah, yeah.
I I used to,
What you got in the fridge?
Yeah.
That's what I'm drinking.
what I still like, because it still happens every once in a while. If I get like whiskey or scotch or rum or anything, I like my drinks, except for red wine, I like my drinks cold. So if I get a whiskey, I want an ice cube or two in it.
Exactly.
See, I like my whiskey
yes.
room temperature.
Okay.
That's just my preference.
You know how
I don't
many
like
you know
it
how
cold.
many times I've gotten people go, oh, you ruined it. You can't drink whiskey like that. I'm like, you know what? I go, the fact that I'm drinking it this way, it proves that, yes, I can. And the fact that I'll snap your neck.
I can.
Seconds the fact that I can drink it any fucking way I want, asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
I can literally
like,
snort the shit if I want to.
yes.
I can
Yeah.
do anything I want.
Yeah, keep your bullshit to
You see-
yourself. Like I like my shit cold. I don't like
you
I
know,
don't like warm whiskey.
My
It
girlfriend
is what
was
it
just
is.
like that. Would not drink anything cold. We'd be drinking. We'd fucking go somewhere, get a really good fucking bottle of rum. We stop at some cool liquor store or a distillery down the shore, get a good bottle of rum. We'd come home. I'm drinking the rum with like Mexican Coke and fucking ice cubes and shit. She's got a little fucking rocks glass and she's put.
Coca-Cola.
That's
He's talking about Mexican Coca-Cola.
Yes, he has Mexican.
Coca-Cola.
Yes. I would never snort Mexican Coke. I'm not snorting Mexican Coke.
Barely smoke Mexican weed.
Yes, yeah, I won't smoke Mexican weed either. So, but she would have a little rocks glass and no ice, no nothing. She would pour rum in there, warm soda, and that's how she drank rum and Cokes. And I was like, how the fuck are you drinking them without being cold? She's like, well, I like it better like this.
there you go.
Wine, any kind of booze. Nope.
Hey.
Would not be chilled. She would drink it warm.
Hey, it's, to each their own.
And, that's,
Yeah.
and that's what I don't get because I could sit at a bar with 30 people and I don't give a flying fuck how any one of them
I don't
drinks
care what
anything.
anybody's
No.
drinking.
Which is I can never understand why somebody has a target like, oh my god, you put fucking an ice cube in a fucking bottle of
Yeah.
a glass of scotch.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Did I just put my foot in your ass? I go,
right.
Yeah.
how crazy is that? Like,
I
no,
mean,
like,
you see,
stop.
I had no idea. This is, we come out, we start living together, we're drinking, blah blah blah. blah. Okay, make us rum and Coke. So I go into the kitchen, pint glasses, ice cubes, Mexican Coke. She's like, oh, I don't want ice. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't use ice in my rum and Coke. So I was like, you drink them warm? And she's like, yeah. I was like, ew. There's something wrong with me. And she's like, there's nothing wrong with me. I was like, there's fucking something wrong with me.
Speaking of rum, though, you know what? Fucking Milk Street Distillery rum is fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milk
That
Street
is some of the best
Distillery.
fucking rum I've had
Branchville,
ever.
New
Well,
Jersey.
put it this way. She moved back to Oklahoma, and I had to go there and get 2 bottles and send them to her.
Branchville, New Jersey. Milk Street Distillery.
Yes.
Rum, vodka, whiskey,
Yes.
Bourbon.
and
Bourbon.
Bourbon. They
Good stuff.
do
Killer.
They do a rice vodka, a Japanese vodka that is just amazing.
Best Bloody Marys in
I was
Sussex
just
County,
gonna
New
say,
Jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. Best Bloody Marys in the county.
Yes.
Best cocktail menu in the
Yes,
county.
I would
and
say
I'm
yes.
not a big cocktail guy.
No.
Me neither.
But they've got a great cocktail menu. We gotta get them on the show.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we got to
we're
go
gonna-
up there
we're
and
gonna
do a
that.
show from
We're gonna
there.
do a
Yeah.
show from there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I said, they grew up with Rebecca.
Should we ask them first, or should we just shut up?
No, we can ask. Like,
We can ask them.
We
If
can
they
show
say
up.
no, we'll just show up and just start
listen,
setting up.
they grew up with Rebecca and her
I think we should
brothers.
just show up with all our shit.
Yeah.
But
We'll
what are you
just
guys
give 'em a
doing?
heads up.
Oh, we do a podcast.
Yeah, we're
about
doing a
booze.
podcast. We're going to sit here and drink and
We're
review.
featuring you guys
yeah,
today.
Yeah. You're on deck.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'd like to give them the heads up because maybe they'll make up something special for us to try. Like, if they know
Yeah,
we're going to be there.
some
Yeah.
of those $70 bottles of
Yeah. Well,
Iron
Whiskey
Penny or whatever it is.
that
War Penny, yeah.
that I bought a bottle of that
Yeah.
Laura's like, I don't want to drink it.
Wait,
Costs so much. I'm like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
Look
you
at
You
it?
bought
we
it
gotta-
to drink.
What are we gonna stare at it?
Yeah.
Like fuck.
Don't
grab
drink
it.
that. It costs
Open-
$70. Well,
open
that's
that
why I
shit
drank it
up.
because of fucking. That's why I
Chuck,
drank the thing.
Chuck, do you know that in 50 years from now that's gonna be worth $70?
Yeah.
Like,
Open that shit up. So we drank that, but they sold out of it in like
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah.
He's got some more.
Of course he does.
He's got some more.
Yes.
So we'll set it up. Like I said, Rebecca and They grew up with all that.
Yeah,
so
we'll
set something up.
We'll set that up.
But those dudes are awesome. Like the one night they had their before they had any barrels to age their shit in. Like they were just doing the unaged whiskey. So they were doing all mixed drinks. So it was like it was pretty early on in their career opening up there.
Yes.
We were there. So I went up to him. I go, let me get the unaged whiskey. He goes, what do you want to mix with? I go, nothing. I just want a glass of the unaged whiskey because I love the taste of moonshine.
Yeah.
Like, so he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So drank it. Went back for another one. The second one was the last one I paid for. He's like, dude. He goes,
You're the only one
I am
drinking
so
this.
fucking glad that you could appreciate the taste of my booze without mixing it with all this other shit.
Yes.
And you're like coming back from. I go, it's fucking great. I go, this is the best moonshine. And I go,
Sure.
and I've had it from some like legit old school moonshiners in Tennessee and shit. I go, this is the best moonshine I ever fucking had. I go, this shit's great.
You know, people. Like I went there with my son, and he was like, you know, well, what cocktails can you make with the Japanese vodka? He's like, you can make any cocktail you want with a Japanese vodka. He goes, but you're not going to taste the Japanese vodka, so you might as well just order it with the regular vodka. He's like, because I'm just going to charge you $2 more because you're ordering,
and you're not going to taste any difference.
And you know, I tell people that all the time. They buy the most expensive crap in the store, and they go home and then they pour cranberry juice in it.
No,
just get Gordon's.
Yes, exactly.
Right. I mean,
if I'm mixing cranberry orange juice with vodka, I have a bottle of this stuff on the counter called I think it's like Rook.
Yeah.
Or something. It was like $15.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I use.
Yeah.
If I'm making Bloody Marys, I buy good vodka.
That's a little different.
I buy good vodka.
That is a little different.
Yes.
But if I'm just pouring a bunch of juice.
If I'm bombing down drinks, I'm buying good vodka.
I'm just buying the cheapest crap.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Probably not Gordon's.
Yes.
But.
You know, I have bought Gordon's.
Yeah. But I do have some standards. But,
yes.
But yeah, I'm looking at the price tags.
Yeah.
You know, no. Yeah. Oh, let's make margaritas. All right. I'm going to buy Patron?
No.
No.
No. No.
But I see people do that.
Yeah,
crap.
exactly.
You're making a margarita with Patron?
Yeah, and you have no
You're
idea.
an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do that.
You know.
No.
Get the damn Sauza or Cuervo or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, the Tito Fuentes for $7.99.
Yeah, if you get Cactus Jack, whatever the hell. If you're making a margarita, you're not tasting the quality of the Patron.
No.
You don't.
No.
You don't
or the Cabo Wabo or anything
you have
else.
No idea what you drink.
Yes.
You know. Now, if you want to drink tequila. And you want to taste the agave, you want to taste the tequila, you want to have a nice quality tequila, then get Patron.
Yes.
Get Cabo. Get, there's plenty of, same with whiskeys and vodkas.
Yes.
There's plenty of top shelf quality liquors that you could drink. But if you're going to pour orange juice in it,
just get the cheap shit.
Just go down there and see where it says $19.99.
Yeah.
And you're going to get fucked up.
Not even $19.99. Go
Sure.
for freaking $9.99 shit.
Yeah.
All right. And, hold on, kids. On this note, before we give all our info, on booze into one show. I'm going to call that we're going to cut here.
Yeah.
So we can save some of our eternal wisdom for future broadcasts.
That sounds like a good idea.
Plus it's been 2 hours.
Yes.
Really? That's it? So you're saying we have 2 shows out of this?
No, this is one damn show.
Yeah, our inaugural show is going to be a long one.
We got it too.
Yeah.
Plus reviews. We have a whiskey review and Angry Eric's review. So,
those might go into episode 2.
I hope everybody has about a 3-hour work commute to listen to us.
Hey, we're gonna make you thirsty.
Yes,
damn right.
Hey, and here's my my tagline for the show, which I used on the Fan Club Blitz last week, which is our other podcast. But even if you don't know if you're coming or going, keep the spirits flowing.
All right.
And to add to that, remember, the more you drink, the better we sound.
Exactly.
That's right.
And we'll see you next week.
All right, bottles up, fuckers.
Later.
Drink in good faith.
You're listening to InebriNation.
With Groby.
Potts, Fitz, and Splatterhead.
Booze.
We were wasted.
Booze. Food. Music. Beer.
Titties.
And titties. And general tomfuckery. Coming at you every week.
All right, we have one more. What are we drinking? Because this fucking cella is this is good, man.
Yeah, this is good shit, man. Yeah.
It's got like I think there's coconut in it.
Yeah, it's
Oh man, yeah, it's coconut.
Should I say what it is?
Don't plug that in yet, Pat.
It
It'll make weird noises.
it tastes like a Mounds.
Yeah, what is this, man?
It tastes like Mounds.
This is Jersey Nor'easter by Cypress Brewing Company in Edison, New Jersey.
Well, fucking big respect to Cypress Brewing Company in Edison, New Jersey.
It is an imperial porter with lactose, coconut, cocoa, coffee, and hazelnut. And it's checking in at about 8%.
It tastes like a fucking Mounds.
It tastes
really
like a
does.
Mounds bar. This is one superior frickin' porter right here, folks.
This is a good fucking beer, man.
Now see, I could slam down more than 4 of these.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
You drink a 4-pack of these, you'll have yourself a buzz, and it'll be tasting good the whole freaking time.
Yeah. This is good shit.
Yes, this is good.
I don't get the
hats
hazelnut,
off
though.
Cypress Brewing, man.
Top beer of the day.
Your top beer today. You know,
Wow.
can't beat this.
Now. All right. All right, here's a segment that we're going to do.
Oh,
This is
okay.
going to be entertaining to all you listeners.
Yes, it is.
This is we're checking in with our friend Brittany.
Yes.
Yeah, Brittany's
Yes.
fun.
She doesn't know.
Yeah.
She's a fun girl. She has no idea, though.
Yes. She's the mythical creature, the unicorn of the Black Hole, New Jersey fan club.
This is on the road with Brittany.
This is
Very, very drunk.
Brittany.
Okay, stop.
We're 2 blocks, Jeff. 2 blocks away from where it's gonna be. Yeah. And we're right by it. There, the ferry stop is right in front of our place. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I missed the spot I was looking for.
No, we're out here. All right. So
She let me right back in. I have a key to her house, so.
spent the night at Frank's.
My grandma is
Period.
not like you right now, okay?
I don't give a
But then I
fuck.
talked to her about it,
I don't give a
and she
fuck.
is a little different
I don't care.
about
I
it,
don't
okay?
care. I hope she
I love this girl. I really
I hope
do.
that goes in her Christian fucking values and drags her straight to fucking hell.
Well,
All right?
no, she changed her mind. I've been
Right.
talking to her
Fuck
about it,
that,
okay?
Fuck her. Fuck you too.
I've been talking to her about it, and she's been changing her mind.
You guys fucking enjoy fucking Trump
That's my
today,
bad.
your fucking scumbag fucking ways.
Listen,
Hang on, there's other
Fucking hell.
my grandma took me that morning. She had off work.
All right, now you're making sense.
Yes, she did.
Howard Stern in the
Spent the night at
background.
his house, and he
Now you're
drove
making sense.
No, I didn't.
It don't matter how hot you
Oh
are.
my god.
All right,
You
Ralphie boy,
really
thanks for
just.
giving me the heads up on
You're
those
funny.
games. That's
You're really funny, you know that?
What do you think? You parking at Wawa and you walking
I
across
don't
the
know,
street?
watching it.
Fucking
Cardi B
covers
has
it up?
40.2 million followers.
Hello?
That doesn't.
Hello? Hello?
Patrick.
Hi. Does it sound familiar?
Patrick,
Does that sound familiar?
you're retarded.
Yeah, for the show. It's work. It's work. Does she ever get nude?
That
Hey, let's skip this.
does. No, Patrick, I would really like to go to your house to snow with you and watch a
Nah,
movie.
there's some bullshit. Why you want to get that? I gave you weed already, so there's weed in
You
your
didn't
bowl.
give me any weed.
There's weed in your bowl.
Patrick, I smoked it and it went right up the fucking snout. It disappeared. There was nothing in there.
Well, I guess I didn't pack a big enough bud in there for you.
No, you didn't. There's
One hit.
nothing in there.
One hit, and I packed the bowl, so whatever. Maybe all that cock sucking, you suck too hard.
Ew, would you stop? You're being disgusting.
Well, I'm sure you didn't fuck him. You were only second day in your period, so.
I didn't suck his dick either. I didn't do anything.
And that douchebag isn't doing nothing for nothing.
I didn't do anything. And yes, he does do anything I want for nothing. Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
So that's an interview with Brittany.
And that's our checking in with Brittany this week. Trust me, it gets better every week. Sometimes they have to take a break from each other because there's like hospital time and
mental institutions,
but they always get back.
Hey, I've never been diagnosed as crazy.
They always get back on the road together. And we'll have plenty more Brittany.
Can I tell you a little bit? I don't have it recorded right now, but I took Brittany out to the legendary Shack Shakers in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Closer to the mic,
500 miles for 5 hours worth of music. And I said, Brittany, I have an extra ticket. You can come, but you can't drink.
All right.
And she said, I won't drink. And my friend Rich said, I won't drink either. I snuck him some shots because he was standing up, watching her, babysitting me and her. That's a fucking job, right?
Yeah, that's a fucking job.
Rich is a brother, man.
So he stayed sober. She stayed sober all night, and she was the nicest person in the world. Like none of the recordings I have. It was really good. But then she had one beer, and then 2 shots, and it was Brittany shit show again. And that's all from Altoona.
Yeah. Hey, folks, it's like, I don't know, like, it's like...
The Shack Shakers kicked fucking ass, dude. They really did fucking kill it. It was worth every fucking minute of driving, every bit of mileage on my car, and every dollar worth of gas and hotel rooms and everything. Fucking, it was a good time. I had 2 goals. It was my birthday celebration day. So I went out and I was gonna get fucked up, and my 2 goals were get fucking wasted, and don't get kicked out.
I thought you were gonna piss the bed.
No, I was almost. I did warn Brittany.
Okay.
I said, you gotta sleep way on the other side because I'm gonna piss the bed. and I was 2,500 milliliters deep of whiskey. Bourbon.
All right.
You know, that's 50 airplane bottles, dude. Yeah, at least. If I drank 1, I drank 50. I'm telling you. And I did get kicked out in the middle of Reverend Horton Heat.
All right, well, you got to see the Shack Shakers.
No, the Shack Shakers kicked ass.
And you're playing at the stand-up house.
And I get to see them again. I talked to them last time, and they're looking forward to seeing me when I get it.
I'm sure they fucking are.
Grobyville is only a half mile away.
Yeah. All right. So that's our fucking show.
For the people that don't know, Brittany's like Chernobyl.
Yeah. Hope
it's Iwo Jima and Nagasaki.
We hope you're all
She's
fucking
a time bomb, man.
We hope you're all enjoying InebriNation, even though there's probably only 6 of you listening this week.
Yeah.
But
come on, I'll get
spread
one more
it around.
Listen.
Spread it around.
Yeah, kick it around to everybody.
All right. Look for us. Remember, we're a proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. We're a fucking gang.
Yeah.
It's a gang.
Yeah.
We're pillaging.
Right?
Yes.
And and also buy our fucking stickers.
Yeah.
InebriNation at yahoo.com. 2 for $7. Artwork by Just One Johnny.
Yep.
One Nation Fanwear. Check them out. And check out the rest of the shows on the network. The Crow's Nest, the flagship.
Where the fuck is Grobyville?
Yeah, what else is on the Crow's Nest?
The Wolf Pack.
Oh, the Wolf Pack.
Yeah,
nice.
Wolf Pack. We have Pillaging Podcast, man.
Hey, wait. Tonight.
And there's
Today's
some other
420,
shit in
right?
the works right now that
This
I'm
is
not
like
sure
the
of.
day when hippies and Nazis get together again, right? Because they both drive Volkswagens.
Well, it's,
right?
it's 420 right. It's 420 today while we're recording this, but when it comes out, who knows when it's gonna fucking be?
Like May 18th.
Yeah.
I hope somebody listening to the show comes and sees me play with Skin Sec tonight at Jabberjaws.
Hopefully.
Rock and roll.
Today. All right. So thanks for listening. Fuck off.